I'm muted. Hello. Sorry, I'm just getting everything ready. This is the first time I've streamed in a long time, so it'll take me a minute here. Get everything situated. Just about ready though. Just want to make sure everything looks fine on the YouTube side. Okay. Yeah. There we go. All right. Cool. Just make sure I can be heard okay before I start here. Or if anyone's here, let me know if you can hear me okay. I just want to make sure before I do anything else. Looks like it's good though. I'm getting everything set up on my end. This is different than just recording, but I think I'm good. All right, so we are, first of all, Friday night. Happy Friday, everyone. Weekend time is here. My kid's probably going to come here at some point, so you all will probably see him at some point in time because he's getting ready for bed. My boy's about to put him to sleep, so he'll be in here probably at some point to at least make an appearance and say goodnight. But we are going to be, there we go, okay. We are going to be rebuilding the Maryland Terrapins today. This will be a side series. This does not have anything to do with our normal series, our UTEP series at all. This is something that's completely different. We're not going to play it the same. This is going to be more of a traditional, rebuild that you see a lot on YouTube. We're going to play the moments and focus on the recruiting and things like that. So obviously, we're not going to play every game. But we are still going to, put in the same sliders I'm using in the UTEP series. We are still going to play. Realistically, nothing's going to change on that end. It's more so just we're not going to play every second of every game, but we are going to play on the same sliders. And I actually think it would kind of be fun to get fired, but that would kind of take away the spirit of what we're doing. So I think I'm going to do 10-minute quarters with an accelerated clock at let's try 20. Because I'm going to be playing the moments, I want to see how many plays that gets us during the sim. I have heard that the sim, if you don't put it on longer quarters, the CPU won't score. It's like, of course, there's always something with this game. So I'm going to put it on a little bit longer quarters. So we're going to go 10-minute quarters there, but everything else is going to be the same as we always have it. And like I said, we're going to be playing the moments here. We're going to be going through it. Like I mentioned, you are going to hear my kid probably screaming a little bit because he's getting ready for bed and he is wired up to like 100 right now. So he'll probably come in here at some point and make an appearance. Let's take a look at Maryland. What's up, everyone joining in? Thanks for sticking around. If you all can hear me okay, just let me know. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Oh, let me switch it over. Yeah, it probably makes sense if you guys see the screen. There we go. Yeah, we finally see the screen. I realize you're just looking at me. Okay, so we're going to be rebuilding Maryland today. I know I titled it, they were the worst team in the Big Ten, and I think you could argue they are. I don't know if they are or not. They're certainly one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. I don't know if they're the worst, but they're certainly one of the worst. They are pretty terrible. They just can't win conference games. If you go and look at their last couple of years, they basically beat the non-conference teams, and then when they play conference play, they always lose. It's actually kind of hilarious. And I live in Maryland, and it's always funny because a lot of my friends and stuff are Terps fans, and they get all excited about the team and all that, and then they they get the conference play, and they get excited about the team. They get the conference play, and it goes away pretty quickly. But they do have a pretty decent budget. And the main reason why I'm doing Maryland is because I want to kind of mess around with having a semi-larger budget. Like they still have one of the lowest budgets in the Big Ten. Okay, thank you. That's good to know. Appreciate that. They still have one of the lowest budgets in all the Big Ten, but in our UTEP series, this is kind of where our budget's going to be at a certain point. Right now, I think what is the UTEP budget at even? Let's just take a look because I don't even remember. I think it was like 900 or something like that, nine something. Yeah, it was 975. So going from 975 in our main series to 3,650 is a huge change, obviously, and it's just going to be different. So I want to kind of get a little practice with that and practice with going after some of the, main people or the, bigger names and people who want more NIL and things like that. So that's kind of why I did Maryland. And after we rebuild them on stream, I'll do different teams. But that's why I decided on Maryland there. So let's go ahead and get everything set up and then we'll hop into it. We got to get the excuse me, we got to get the I couldn't think of a good Maryland legend, so we're just going to go with myself. The only Maryland legend I thought of was Steve Blake. I don't think he would come coach football, but would be kind of fun. We are going to run their playbook, so I'm going to run their playbook spread in the 3-4. I did look at it a little bit. They have a pretty solid playbook already. It certainly fits their players and their quarterback, which we'll go over because their quarterback is one of the main stars of the team, along with a couple other players. They have a 5-star pass rusher who's a lot of fun, so we'll kind of get into that. Let me just set everything up here. But happy Friday. Let me know how everyone's doing in the chat while I set this up. Looks like the chat's working, so that's a positive. Let me turn this a little bit so I can see chat a little bit better and see what you guys are up to. If you are new to the channel and you're watching for the first time, I appreciate it. I would recommend after the stream checking out some of our other videos, including our UTEP Miners Dynasty series, which is the main series right now on the channel. The interesting part of this, I like the play sheet. The interesting part of this, though, is the AI will actually mean something in this because we are not going to be playing every single game. So what do we kind of want to be as a play caller? I feel like we want to be reactive schemer. I don't know what these mean. Mad scientist sounds kind of interesting. I don't know if you guys know any of these, like which one's better than the others, but we're going to go mad scientist. That sounds good. And I kind of want to be a little bit more aggressive on offense. Bigger plays will probably, be playing them, but I still want to be more aggressive there. And we did go with the recruiter archetype. So I think recruit and retain is a good strategy for that. We'll try to get good players in, and then we'll try to hold on to them. Actually, that's what Maryland's kind of done a good job of in real life. They actually have done a pretty good job of recruiting. They just can't do anything with the recruiters or the players that they get. But they have gotten some pretty good guys, and they have, look at this. I think they put this in there as like an older version of me. This is me when I'm like 48. Hopefully. I mean, he looks pretty good, honestly. If that's me when I'm 48, I'm not mad at that. I don't know if I want that much gray, but, and yeah, I'm 6 foot. I'm not 220 pounds, and I'm also not actually 6 foot, but I told my wife I was before we met, and she believed me, so I must be close enough. She actually didn't. All right, so we'll go that. That's not that big a deal. What kind of swag do we want, though? That's the key. Is the swag. The swag kind of sets the whole tone. I do kind of like the look of the quarter zip with the sleeves rolled up. Actually, I don't really like that. What about the hoodie? I don't mind the hoodie. Oh, the windbreaker. See, it'd be cool if you could do it based on like, oh, I kind of like the vest. Yeah, let's go with the vest, actually. I don't know if I love the yellow, but why not? That'd be cool if you could do it. DM area is underrated recruiting area. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, and they get a lot of good see, now I kind of don't like that. It kind of looks ridiculous. Whatever. We're here for it. Um Yeah, hopefully, yeah, I know. We definitely, offensive line will definitely be a priority because we desperately will need to be able to, be able to block some of these guys in the Big Ten. Sign a top 75 class by signing day. I think we'll definitely be able to do that. That'll give us 150 dynasty points. Wow. Give up fewer than 300 yards in any one game. I mean, we may be able to get that early and then sign at least 5 3 stars. Okay, those are actually pretty obtainable. I think those are pretty easy goals. But yeah, definitely the DMV is a pretty underrated class. And Maryland's actually been able to snag some players from there. And their big addition in the offseason was Zion Ely, who is an absolute monster of a player. Like, this dude is insane. So his deal breaker is brand exposure. So we'll be keeping that in mind as we play here. We absolutely cannot lose him under any circumstances. He is a 5-star. He is a freshman. He will be playing. He's 6'4", 220. He is unbelievable. 91 speed, 95 acceleration with 90 finesse move. He's obviously at this point in his career a pure pass rusher, and his block shed will never get there where he'll be able to be, an awesome every down player, against the run and the pass. But his play rec has room to go up. I mean, his caps, are going to cap him at I would say at least a low 90s player. I think he'll get there with his elite development for sure, and especially because he's going to play in his first season, and he is just a monster. I mean, 91 speed and 90 finesse move as a true freshman is kind of unbelievable. So very excited about being able to play a little bit with him, and he was their big addition in their offseason. And then the other player that there's a lot of buzz around the program is Malik Washington, who is actually from the same area I am from. And he's a pretty exciting player. He was a 4-star. He's 6'5", and he was pretty good last year for the Terps. He kind of fizzled out later in the year. Again, once it gets to conference play, that's just kind of the story of with this program a lot as they start to kind of fizzle out a little bit. His caps are all right. His accuracy cap is already completely capped out, which kind of sucks because he could definitely get a little bit better in all of those areas. But, throw power can still go up, and could even see his speed and his break sack and stuff go up a little bit. So his cap's all right, but he's a great player to have. He was really good last year as a freshman for the Terps in real life. So I'm excited to see what he does for us this year. He's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what Malik Washington and Zion Ely ask for an NIL after this season, because if there's one thing I took from the UTEP offseason, it's that these guys do definitely ask for a lot. I heard other people say that, and it is definitely true. Yeah, I'm surprised too. I thought there was a pretty good chance that Malik Washington was hitting the portal. It definitely seemed like they have he could definitely play at better schools, but it seems as if there's a lot of money being pumped into the Maryland program because they get some pretty high-end talent. They just don't really do anything with it. So we're gonna do stuff with it today. That's our goal. We're gonna actually do some stuff with it. And Dorian Fleming is another really nice player. He's a redshirt junior tight end, and he's going to be one of the focal points of our offense. I really do like his skill set. I'll go through the team really quickly once we get through the preseason stuff and all of that. I want to get everything kind of set up here, and then we'll go through the roster quickly before we get into some games. Let's look at staff and things like that. I usually do go by these percentages. It's actually funny seeing Clint Trickett as their offensive coordinator because I'm a West Virginia guy, and he was our quarterback at one point, and he was pretty awful. Do I want to take that back? I don't. He wasn't very good. He was kind of funny, though, to watch, I will say. He wasn't very good, but he was funny to watch. and he is their offensive coordinator, which is just shows that I'm getting old, I guess. And then Jason Perry is the defensive coordinator. Neither of them are particularly great. They're about where you would expect as far as levels for a program like this. But yeah, I do normally go by the suggested based on what I pick, just because I do think it gives you a good baseline to kind of work from. So it's saying we spent $455 on staff, and we could go up to $550. So we could add this support staff discount, but I don't really think that's worth it. I do think this is kind of worth it, though. Off-season progression increase, because again, our goal is to recruit and retain. That is what we're trying to do: is recruit talent and then retain them and develop them. So getting them to get an increase in XP. I don't know what the increase is, though. Like, is it worth the 150 dynasty points? I do feel like we've got 1,100 for recruits. See, facilities we're putting more in than they're saying we should, though. We're putting in 700, and they're suggesting 365 because we have a slot for we have a elite facility, which costs a lot to maintain. And then we also have the players lounge, but this is something we're going to try to sell people on. So I'm going to just keep that as is, because we are spending more on the facility. So we're spending a little bit less on the staff, but more on the facilities and a little bit more on the roster. So we're going to have to, the cut's going to come from the recruiting side. So we're going to have to get a little creative with that. But I think we'll be able to. I'm not too concerned about it. There's tons of guys, 3-star prospects who are, asking for like nothing. A lot of the 2-stars are asking for nothing. So let's go down to... Okay, so these are all the guys that are interested. Let's see if there's any... There's no 4-stars that have any interest. And there's no 5-stars that have any interest. All right, so we'll start off with some 3-stars. And let's see. So, we only have a second. And we really need an inside linebacker for sure, because that is an area we are losing out on players. Now, inside linebackers, you can sometimes get for 0 NIL. Like, all these guys are 0. So we'll target some guys who we have strong pipelines with. And generally, I do like... We'll just filter because it's a lot easier. I personally like signal callers. Now, thumpers are good against... It's good to have a little bit of both, honestly, because signal callers are generally going to be better against the pass, which I love middle linebackers who can not be extreme liabilities in pass coverage. And then you've got... Oh, this is a JUCO. 20. Okay. I'll look at them. And then you've got... just make sure I'm on the chat. Okay, and then you've got... Well, hold on. Let me go back here. Thumpers who are better against the run. And it's nice to have both. But I do prefer guys, middle linebackers, who can cover, because it just makes your life a lot easier out there when you don't have to think about them. Now, these guys we don't have pipelines with, but I do like the conference prestige deal breaker for us because we're in the Big Ten. So that's not really going to go down. So we'll add these linebackers. We added 8 linebackers to look at. And it's saying we need a quarterback because Malik Washington is a sophomore and he certainly could leave as well. So let's... Oh, I think the game just froze. Nice. Nice. All right, we already froze the game. That's off. We're off to a good start here. I've had this freeze happen before. Let me just restart this. I've had this freeze happen before. It's so annoying. It's like if you are going... Okay, so like if you're looking for players and like I was just looking for that middle linebacker and I had it filtered to lurker or thumper or whatever, and then you go to another position and you don't like take the filter off, it'll say no players because obviously a quarterback, you set the filter to the mic and you're at the quarterback. So it says no players, which is fine. But then sometimes it just freezes the game. instead of like, I don't know, not freezing the game. Is that too much to ask for? Just don't freeze the game, actually. And let's just be able to play. That sounds amazing. But no. That's too easy, I guess. Okay, we're right back to where we were. Freeze can also happen if you use the search function. There are 0 results. Oh, great. So we're gonna run into that. So maybe we'll try not to use the that feature as much, because that just sounds awful to have to deal with that. I'm going to do it for the linebackers again because I want to add the players that I just had, but just stuff you got to deal with this game, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of annoying, but hey, it is what it is. Who have you guys been running with in Dynasty? I'm just curious. Like, everyone plays Dynasty different, which I find interesting. Like, when I first started this channel back up, a lot of people that play college football now, the bigger people, Bordeaux and those guys make great videos. They do the dynasties where you like rebuild one, like literally what we're doing right now. Bengal does that and things like that, where they do one team and rebuild them, and the videos are really entertaining. But I don't really do rebuilds like this too often. This is actually one of the first ones that I'm really doing, because I prefer what we're doing with the UTEP series, which is the year round. But when you do that, you limit yourself a little bit. Let's look at some dual threats. Actually, let's look at backfield creators, because I always look at dual threats. I'm going to mix it up. But yeah, like, everyone plays Dynasty different. It's interesting, always interesting to me how everyone, plays the game differently. Some people have already done, 9 years of a Dynasty. Others have. Let's look at some 4-star quarterbacks, because we do have to prepare for life after Malik Washington, especially because he might transfer. Like someone mentioned, I'm surprised he didn't transfer in real life, and we have to prepare for the possibility that he might transfer. But everybody plays Dynasty different. It's just interesting. So, just curious, like, who you guys have been running with, how many years you've gotten in. I mean, if I wasn't doing YouTube and stuff, I probably would be further ahead in the Dynasty than I'm playing, but editing the videos and stuff, obviously, it takes away from it a little bit, from being able to, play more and things like that, but it's definitely more fun doing it on YouTube, and I don't mind the slow burn. Long-term team builder where I play. Oh yeah, a lot of people do team builder as well. That is true. I forgot about team builders. Lots of people do team builders. I haven't really messed around too much with team builders, but a lot of people do those. It does seem kind of fun. Play every snap. I just started a coach mode with an offensive coordinator, Arc State, playing a job hop. Oh, that sounds pretty fun. I did actually do a little coach mode. So behind the curtains of the channel a little bit, I actually recorded why I know a little bit about Maryland, and actually why I even have this hat, because I'm not a Maryland fan. Um, I plan to do a coach mode series with Maryland on the channel as kind of a side series. And it was a lot of fun. I played a couple of games on coach mode, but the problem is just, honestly, the time. I like the gadgets receiver archetype. Well, I kind of like all of them. I like having a mix, because I like having contested specialists as well. I like having elusive route runners, because I love having a good slot receiver. Speedsters are always great, so we'll add some 4 stars and a couple 3 stars. But I actually played coach mode with Maryland, and I was going to do a side series on the channel where I tried to rebuild Maryland on coach mode, and it was actually a lot of fun. But unfortunately, with the amount of time it takes to edit the videos and stuff, it just would have been hard, and I didn't want it to get in the way of our UTEP series, so that's why I ultimately decided not to do it. But it was a lot of fun, and I just wish I had more time to be able to do videos like that. I think one day I'll have more time, but my 3-year-old just doesn't. He doesn't allow it. He takes up a lot of my time, but I don't complain. That's why I had someone comment on the UTEP series and said they wished I was able to put the series out every day. And I said, I wish I could too, but between the wife and the kid, that ain't happening. But I do get them out as much as I possibly can. Oh my God, I just did it again. Oh no, I just did it again. Oh my God. See, I'm over here yabbing. I just did the same thing. Man, these freezes are absolutely brutal. Wow, these are brutal, dude. Okay, the 11 people that are watching, stand tight. If you just joined, we keep freezing ourselves out of the recruiting board. So I'm not going to use the filters at all. I have to restart again. I'm not using the filters at all. I'm just going to add guys really quickly so we can get to scouting, we can get to playing. I don't want to be sitting here in the preseason all night. I want to get through as many games and seasons, off season, whatever as possible. So I'm not using the filters anymore. They don't work. Some things you just can't use in games. You just can't. For whatever reason, even though they're in the game, and the filter worked perfectly fine last year, at least for me. I never had an issue with freezing with the filter last year. I had issues sometimes in recruiting with the game crashing once or twice, but I never had this many issues with the freaking freezing, man. This is really annoying. So we're not going to use the filters. We're just going to go in. We're going to go Mike linebacker. We're going to go 3-star. We're going to add, and we're just going to do it that way. So that way that doesn't happen again. Oh, it saved the people. Okay, it saved the linebackers. All right, well, at least it saved somebody. So we'll go through and add a couple quarterbacks and stuff, and we're going to filter this way. Because I'm talking and stuff at the same time, so I could easily do what I just did. And yeah, so. And none of these guys are interested in us. I do like searching by pipeline just to, I like to definitely, if I can, stay within the pipeline. For the realism aspect of it, generally schools do like to stay in their pipeline more times than not. So for the realism of it, but there are times where you got to go out of it a little bit. And then I'll search by NIL and, go through it that way as well. But we've got 5 quarterbacks, so that should be fine too, at least. Just look at a couple. I wanted to add a 5-star receiver. That would have been kind of fun, but we already got locked out of both. Brand exposure and playing style. I thought playing style would be a little bit more up, honestly. 4 stars, nobody's interested, but we do have some pipelines here, which is nice. This is a speedster. And what else do we... Wow, a 6'4" gadget receiver? Normally I feel like the gadget receivers that you see are tiny. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see what he looks like. So we'll check out some of those, and then we'll look at these 3s. And there's a couple. I like to search by interest too, because if they're already interested in you, you don't have to put as many resources on them to to basically get their interest. You can just send them a scholarship and put the NIL on them, or the minimum amount of hours or whatever. Versus if they're not already interested in you, then you have to put the hours on them a little bit and things like that. It's just kind of annoying. So that's why I like to search there, and then we'll search by NIL, because anybody who's like 5 NIL, we have a large budget to work with, but still, anybody who's a low NIL, I'm interested in. If you're down for the grind of if you're down for the grind of coming to a team that's going to take a little bit of time, but I think we'll get there. And I want to add a 5-star tackle. And we've got some good options here for pipeline, which is fantastic. But like someone said, we've got to be good up front. So we've got to invest in our offensive line. Like, we've got to be a team that can compete up front. So that's what we're going to do. Actually, a funny story, speaking of competing up front, it just made me think of this randomly. And I'm already reaching the target, so I'm going to have to take some guys off as we scout and add some more over the course of the season. We'll look at a couple of those. We need a ton of guards. We need outside linebackers, and we need corners and safeties. Okay, need a lot. What type of corners do we want? Want to play more man or more zone? What type of corners do we want? I guess we just want awesome corners. Try to add a 5-star corner too. Why not? Just see what's up. But anyway, funny story. Just speaking of that. So when I was on vacation, for those who follow the channel, you know I was on vacation last week. I was golfing on vacation, and the person that I was golfing with was a former wide receiver. It's not a friend of mine. It was just, a random because we had two people, so they, gave us two. He was a former receiver. At least this is what he said. I didn't look him up. Okay, so I took him at his word at Elon, and he was there with Curt Cignetti, and he was telling us all about what Curt Cignetti was like and all this other stuff, and it was actually pretty interesting. It seemed, and listen, I don't know if he actually went to Elon or not. He said he played receiver there, but the way he described Curt Cignetti is how I imagined him to be, so I kind of took his word for it. And it was pretty interesting, honestly. My wife was like, "Who is he talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, you won't understand." All right, let's scout these receivers and see what's up. But yeah, it was interesting. Deep route, throat power. Oh, a bust. Wow, 90 speed, 87 throw power is a bust? I guess his route running's bad. I would like to know his other stats. 90 speed and 87 throw power, though. I would like to know his quarterback stats. I imagine they're not very good. I'm going to keep him on the board, though. Kind of interested what teams like go after him. 91 speed, 91 throw power. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Oh, this was the one that was 6'4". Okay, I'll take him off. But 91 speed, 91 throw power is mighty interesting. I've never actually converted a gadget to a quarterback before, but he's piquing my interest about thinking about that. 98 speed. Probably don't need to scout him anymore, but we might as well. He will certainly be someone that we go after, no doubt about that. We need to add a couple different receivers, so I want to look at a couple of these guys here. 82 deep route, 80 catching, 88 speed, 84 acceleration. 6'1", only 162 pounds. He's okay. Someone said convert him to quarterback. Yeah, I think we got to at least try for him, right? 91 speed, 91 throw power. Yeah, we got to at least try for him. 170 NIL. It's just crazy. Like 170 NIL would absolutely kill our UTEP team. There's a gem. 86 speed, 91 agility. All right, route running. He's got a little bit of ways to go, but he is a gem, and he's cheap, and he's from the area. But yeah, guys that want 100-something would absolutely destroy us. He's a bust. They didn't play the animation, okay? It's weird. So it's just kind of interesting playing in this ballpark, being in this area, being in this field. I do not like him at all. It's just interesting to see like what these players look like, and these route artists are always slow. God, you're a route artist and you have 60 deep route, and you don't even have anything in the 80s. Yeah, I'm not interested. Not interested in him. Contested specialist. What's the catch in traffic? 74, 71 release. His route. He's a project beast. 6'5". His NIL's a little much, but I'll keep him on the board. Do you get more NIL depending on what conference you're in? So I do think that your conference does relate to your NIL, and I'll show you in a second what I mean by that. You can actually kind of look at it on 93 speed. Route artist with 93 speed. Wow, okay, he's interesting for sure. 86 agility also. Okay, let me show you real quick. So I actually just kind of discovered this myself. If you go to... What's up, man? How's it going? I like the legend title. I like that. Appreciate that. How did I get to it? If you go to let me try here. We might not be able to see it in the preseason. Let me see. There's a way. Here it is. So you can see how you're getting your NIL. I just saw this actually when I was looking at UTEP because I was trying to see how we can possibly get our NIL up. So conference prestige. Love for you to do a CPU versus CPU rebuild where the ratings will matter the most. That would be cool. I might do. Man, I want to. The problem is like now with Madden coming out as well next week. The focus on the channel with the series is going to be those, but I probably will do a stream with that honestly, because I do want to do that and do a coach mode or something like that. So excuse me, God, that'll probably be a stream at some point. I do kind of like the idea of streaming some side series because I don't have to worry about the editing side of it. I can just stream and hang out with you all and talk about stuff. So I probably will do this a little bit more. It's on my radar for sure, but it does sound fun. So this is where you can see all of how you're getting your NIL. So like you can see Conference Prestige is getting us 2,000. That's the max that you can get for Conference Prestige, and because we're in the Big Ten, which has an A+ grade, we're getting the max of 2,000. So it definitely matters. Like if I took UTEP and I put them in the Big Ten, they would get 2,000 NIL for that. Now we would get absolutely destroyed every conference game, but we would get the NIL to eventually, hopefully, be able to catch up. So yeah, this is a breakdown, and you can see it through if you go to your Dynasty Blueprint and go to budget overview. It kind of gives you an idea of that. So it's conference prestige, and it tells you how you can get it up as well. So brand exposure, playing in and winning big games. So obviously Maryland doesn't do that. We talked about that. Stadium atmosphere, win more games, especially at home, is a big one. Program tradition, play the national championships, college football games, your bowls, things like that. And then miscellaneous, and then contract goals. Contract goals is another way. The big ones is brand exposure, so just being in a lot of big games, winning a lot of big games. And there's a lot of ways you can get a ton of NIL. So excuse me, depending on what you're doing, I would check that out because there's ways you can improve in that area. But you got to basically play in big games, win big games, and that's kind of the number one way to do it that I've seen. All right, let's look at these linebackers a little bit here and see. Now we don't have the thing to be able to look at them, so you got to be a little more careful. This one is he's a 3-star. He looks pretty good. He's a signal caller, 81. Let's see what the speed's gonna be. He's kind of gem. No, 80 speed, 81 tackles, 76 zone. Yeah, he's very solid. For 0 NIL, hell yeah. I love the guys who want to play for free. I love that. All right, let's see him as well. We could obviously use more than one. So he has 83 tackle. Another thing I like to do when I'm recruiting is compare. If I like someone and even he's not a gem, kind of comparing as I'm going because I don't want to waste points. Like 74 speed and worse hit power for a little better tackles. I don't really want to scout that anymore. I don't really feel that to be necessary. And, we have limited points to an extent. We have a decent amount, but okay, he looks all right. It's going to come down to, he's very similar to him. I guarantee you the zone coverage is going to be similar as well. Look at these two guys next to each other. So he's a little faster, a little bit better tackler. They're both signal callers. He's a little bit smaller. Tam's a little bit better in coverage. Both are solid. I like both of them. Let's look at some of these thumpers, though, and these guys who are on the cheap side. Oh, no problem. Glad that could help you a little bit. And again, I just found it out. I was actually going to put it in a video, just kind of showcasing it off, because I just found it out, and I'm like, wait a minute. So see, you see the thumpers, they can't cover. 57 zone coverage is absolutely awful. And look what I'm getting with, like, 82 tackle, 83, 81, it's the same. Pursuit 75, 73, and 81. So Tam is looking to be the best of the bunch. That's why I don't really like thumpers. I just feel like signal callers can go in and play the run fine, more times than not. But we'll still have a good mixture just because I don't like to just be biased to one archetype. All right. So who do you guys want to see us play? Put some teams down in the chat. Who do you want to see us play in our non-conference games? Keep in mind, we play in the Big Ten, so like, let's not play like Alabama because we want to try to get a bowl. Maryland hasn't made a bowl in 2 years, so they are they're starving for a bowl. But let me know in the chat if you guys want to see any teams on this. Whether it's your dynasty teams, we can play them. We could play UTEP if you guys want to see us play UTEP. We could play West Virginia, rivalry game, my alma mater. We could play Navy. That's in the area. Navy's interesting. Navy would be fun to watch them run for probably about 350 on us. North Dakota State. We could play Bill Belichick. That's a good idea. Play an in-state team. I do like that. We probably are gonna have to open up week 0 to get some of these teams on because no one plays week 0. But we'll kind of mess around with it. Okay, so we'll do Navy. Okay, and they're available. So we'll do Navy. Who else do you guys want to see me play? Anybody else? If not, I'll pick some teams. We could do a bigger week 0 game. When is Navy and Maryland in the Crab Bowl? I have never heard of the Crab Bowl. I have never in my life heard of the Crab Bowl. Not one time have I heard of the Crab Bowl. And maybe that's on me, but I have never heard of that. Never. That's a new one. The Crab Bowl. Okay. All right. Let's see who else we have as options here. Playing UTEP would be kind of fun just to play the team from our main dynasty, just to kind of see how the computer plays as them. Playing West Virginia would be fun because they're my alma mater and they suck. But and West Virginia and Maryland used to play every year, and it was actually a lot of fun. It's an old rivalry that would be nice if they brought back. So what do you guys think? West Virginia would be kind of fun. West Virginia or Virginia Tech? Which one? We'll play one of those two teams because they're kind of on that same level as us. And then we'll play two kind of crappy teams. Well, Navy's actually went 11-2. They're not crappy. We should win the game. And then we'll play another team here. We could just stick with UConn. Although they went 9-4 last year. Maybe we want to play someone worse. WVU. Okay, let's do WVU. I agree. Let's play WVU. Boy, it is sad how much we have fallen off. We mean WVU. God, the program is fallen off just into an absolute pathetic. It's so pathetic. We used to be good, man. We're not anymore. We're such a joke. All right, so let's. All right, so we're good. Let's actually, because I always like to play week 0, just because I'm like, okay, we've done all the offseason stuff. Let's play a game. So we'll play Navy week 0. Then we'll have our bye. Then we'll play UConn. We'll play UConn. That's fine. And then we'll redo the old rivalry between Maryland and West Virginia. And you can actually look it up on YouTube. There's some fun Maryland and West Virginia games on YouTube. Before we get into conference play, we're going to play Ohio State at Ohio State. We're going to play Wisconsin. We're going to play at USC, and then Penn State at home. It could be worse, honestly. It could be worse for conference play. It could be worse. But all right, we should be good to go. Let me just save this real quick in case something crazy happens. You're going to see all my million saves because I back up everything when I do the UTEP series. I just back it up all the time because one time I had a Madden franchise just completely get lost. A couple years ago, I was doing a franchise with the Seahawks, and I was a couple years in. I don't remember how long, 3 or 4 years, something like that. And as you guys have seen, I play every game, and it just wasn't there one day. I got on and it was gone. So now I back up everything multiple times. All right, let me get on. I'm going to put Matt 10's sliders in. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then we're going to get started on the games. And we are about set. And it's rivalry week. In week 0, we're playing for the Crab Bowl, the most prestigious award in college football, I guess. Oh my God, I've never heard of the Crab Bowl in my life. That's hilarious. All right, let's go through and put these in. Again, I'm going to try 10-minute quarters with a 20-second play clock. I want to see how many plays we get just playing like the moments and stuff like that. These sliders that I'm putting in right now are the sliders from Mat 10. They are also the sliders that I'm using in the UTEP series. So if you want to try them out, these are the sliders that I'm using. They are also available in that video if you want to pause it or whatnot. But you can also check out Mat 10 at Mat 10L on Twitter, X, whatever they call it these days, and you can get the sliders there. So these are the sliders that Mat 10 and Mr. Hurricane work on, and they are fantastic, in my opinion. They play really, really great. Any preferences you guys have on transfers? I always like to do it at 20. I do usually lower this a little bit for the user just to give us a little bit of a break, but I usually put them at 20 because I love the chaos, but some people like 15. And I've seen a couple of my videos, people say you should put it down to 15, but I just feel like you got to embrace the chaos. The transfer portal, it kind of mirrors real life. The transfer portal's insane. Way people are moving back and forth. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, and these are Heisman sliders as well. There are also All-American sliders on here. So if you want to play on All-American, if you don't want to play on Heisman, there's a set of those on here as well that you can do. They're a little bit different than these. But if you want to play on a little bit of a lower difficulty, you can. I know a couple people asked me about that. And I can only speak for the Heisman sliders because I don't play on All-American. But I went to Arizona State. I'm still waiting for them to get respect in football. Arizona State. I thought, was they not good a couple years ago? Arizona State? I thought they were. West Virginia's been bad for a long time. It's pretty pathetic. I do 22 teams should get decimated if they lose. I agree. We lost in the UTEP series, and we got absolutely decimated, and I loved every second of it. And if we lose this season, it should be hard for us to keep, Ely and Malik Washington and those guys. Like, the better schools should be going after those guys if we lose. And I think the game does a pretty good job of, balancing it out with the deal breakers and stuff. It's not perfect, but I think they do a pretty good job. And one thing I have noticed is everybody on Twitter, again, X, whatever, just complaining about this game. A lot of people just complain about this game. It's not perfect, but, the microtransaction part aside, I'm just talking about people complaining about the gameplay. And it's not perfect, but honestly, I don't really look that deep into it. It's just personally, I just play the game. Like, I look at the attributes. As long as I'm having a fun experience where attributes matter and things like that, I'm happy. I don't really look too deep into it. I honestly don't have the energy to. I got too much other things to worry about than if the game's playing absolutely perfect. As long as I'm enjoying the game and I'm having fun, I'm happy. And I do think this game's gotten to a point where the sliders, like you're seeing, I'm putting these sliders in, they are pretty minimal. Like, you were not putting a lot in. We're not changing a lot. We're changing little things here and there. We're putting it to 55. We're putting it to, 45, things like that. But there was a time, in Madden where you had to put these to like an insane amount to get a good game. It was pathetic how much you had to change. And I think this game does a good job of, like, the base set, even if you don't want to put sliders in, still plays fine. I still do think it plays pretty fine. Just my opinion. But honestly, it's more so like I just don't have the time to really, complain about the game constantly. I enjoy these games. I always enjoy these games. I love college football games. And that's just me, so. We lost to Texas. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that was the Scatabo team, right? Dude, I was dying for the Ravens to draft Cam Scatabo. Like, I wanted us to draft him so bad. Now I'm kind of glad we didn't because he's doing backflips with the torn ACL and is absolute madman. But he was a hell of a player, especially in college. And I'm like, look, like I know he's white, but he's going to be pretty darn good. And he's a pretty good running back. A lot of people were loving him in fantasy and stuff last year, and they were right. All right, let's get into some games. Let's do this. So you can kind of see the depth chart. Offensive line is going to struggle against Big Ten teams. We have, one pretty good receiver. Let's look at our receivers real quick in the speed. I don't think it's a very fast. Yeah, it's not a very fast group. That is crazy. Hey, well, I think West Virginia is predicted to finish last this year, so you never know. I was looking at an article the other day. Yeah, our main target's going to be Dorian Fleming on offense. He's going to be a difference maker. We have Preston Howard, so we'll go a little bit too tight end. What's his deal breaker? Okay, conference prestige. That is excellent. And, we'll see, Malik Washington's deal breaker is championship contender. And we need to get it to a B. Ooh. All right. So that's going to be tough. But yeah, I was reading an article the other day, and they were talking about the Big 12, and they're talking about, I think, their off seasons, and West Virginia's was, I think, second to last or last, and I was just like, I thought we had a good recruiting class. Like, what's going on? But I don't know. Teams they're rough. They're rough. Actually, before we start the game, let's really quickly, I want to check the depth chart just to make sure the the specialties and stuff are set, because okay, cool, because they won't put Ely in sometimes, and he needs to play. Now his block shed is pretty bad, and I am kind of worried about that. D.D. Holmes is a better run stopper and edge setter, but yeah, see his block shed. See, Sidney Stewart's going to play the other side, and we may do some rotations with Ely. Mainly, we want him in on third downs and passing downs and things like that. He's just not very good against the run. Caleb Webb, 6'5" slot receiver? I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm interested to try it. Normally, I like to play the short, kind of shifty guys inside, but we'll try that and see. We'll have Wingate and Reddick there. Let's check his coverage to make sure. His coverage looks good. 84 speed, not bad. I didn't even know Scatabo started at Sac State. Man, that was a heck of a pickup for you all, for sure. Jamar Glasker playing inside the corner. Or we could play Darrell Carey, who's a freshman. I kind of would rather probably redshirt him, which I guess we do have to go do red shirts as well. Probably would rather redshirt him. So one thing about doing rebuilds like this is sometimes you just want to get into the games, but it feels like, oh, now I gotta go do red shirts. Now I gotta go do this. I gotta go do that, and it's just it never ends sometimes. I just like to get into the games. But we're going to get into it in a minute here. I could redshirt this senior. That would be kind of hilarious. I'm not going to do that to him. I don't really redshirt people normally. I don't know. What do you guys normally do? I don't normally redshirt people unless they're freshmen. Or if they're absolutely buried in the depth chart and they're a sophomore, I'll redshirt them. If they're worth it. This player here, we could redshirt him because he might not play unless Howerton was to get hurt. But he has normal dev. I'm just not that concerned about it. Hopefully we bring in players who are just better than that. But this player here, well, he's a freshman, but he has impact dev. Even if he was a sophomore, I probably would redshirt him because he's just not going to play that much. They have some pretty decent players down here on the list. Yeah, I never know what to do with the red shirts, though. Red shirt, if they won't get playing time, yeah, that's probably a good idea, honestly. Like, we have all these defensive tackles. Like, look at this sophomore. And if the red shirts, we can redshirt them, and if they play the amount of games, the red shirt will just go off, right? Like, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I don't really think it affects you negatively in any way if you redshirt a player and then they end up playing, unless I'm mistaken. I know in the past that's happened to me. Like, I'll think, oh, guy's not going to play or whatever, and then, I redshirt him, and then he ends up playing, and the red shirt just comes off. So Daryl Carey is championship contender deal breaker. I imagine, I don't know because I can't see it right now. I imagine this was a high recruit. He's a 76 overall. With the bump, he's a 77 overall. True freshman. He's also from Maryland. Boy, they get a lot of Maryland guys, and which is great for them. Let me see. I remember when West Virginia used to get all the Maryland guys like Tavon Austin and stuff. So our corners are a little bit better in zone coverage, but they can kind of play both, which is nice, but we will play more zone. Darrell Carey plays more man. I'll put the red shirt on him, and that may come off, but we'll see. He's pretty interesting. Sometimes if we're not going to get that championship contender and he's going to leave, I'll just play him. I'm like, you know what? Screw you, man. You want to leave us? We're going to take that year eligibility right off of you. That's how I like to play it. I don't play games. So our safeties are not very good. That'll be a challenge for us for sure. Will be the safety position. But other than that, we got the red shirts down. We got everything ready to go. This is going to be interesting. I've never actually really done, like, just play the moments before, honestly. It's not something I normally do. Like I said, I normally play pretty much every game. So I'm kind of excited to try something new. Try something different. And this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to run the Maryland playbook, the 3-4 man pressure defense, but we are going to play zone a pretty decent amount as well, but we'll kind of see what that playbook looks like. And let's do it. We're going to start up. I'm going to grab my headphones so I can hear the game, but let's start it up and let's go. Let me grab my headphones real quick while this is starting. All right, I'm back. Alrighty. Let's do this. Oh, it's raining. Well, that kind of favors them. Looks like we're going white out. I didn't even select white out. We're not wearing white. Let's do this. Let's go. Get this back up here. Perfect. All right. Red zone alert. Take advantage of the field position and get some points. Oh, so it hops you right into it. I would have liked to seen the plays that got us there, but okay. I would have kind of liked to seen the plays. Nonetheless, we're already in our first moment. It's first down and goal. It's first down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Our first look at this offense, and we already are inside the red zone. That's not too bad. Let's kind of... Looks like they might run a 3-3-5. I don't know what Navy runs. We'll get a gain of 5. Yeah, they might run a 3-3-5, though. So normally that means you can kind of run it a little bit, but we shall see. All right, let's do... Are these going to be recorded? No, these are just... This is just live stream. So this will just be streaming, kind of hanging out. But they will be on the feed, so like you can go back and watch lives at any time. So that it'll be posted if you want to go back and watch, or if you have to go do something and you want to pick it up later or whatever, you could do that as well. As we get in for the touchdown, an excellent start. That was too easy. Oh, look at that! We're hitting the Big Justice right there. Isn't that the Big Justice? The what's it called? The boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Too easy. No problem. Yeah, it'd be cool for people to go back and watch these as well. And okay, so what are again? I've never really done moments. So what are the options? Oh, so you can just like if it's late in the game or something, you want to watch every play, or I guess you can just jump in, or you can do jump ahead to. Let me see, play options, play key moments. Okay, let's go back and do that. Oh, so now it's going to show the plays. Got it. All right. Now I understand. Third down alert, take control and keep the drive alive. Okay. So we have not given up anything yet. We do have a little bit of wear and tear going on here, which kind of sucks. And this is 4-down territory for sure. So we'll go a little RPO and just kind of see if we can get Fleming down in the flat. If not, we'll probably just go for this. Oh, he was open, but a nice run. They pick up the first down by DeJean Williams. So now we can play, right? Like if I want to hop in here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I want to hop in and play this drive. We're inside the red zone. See if we can get Fleming here on like a big over route. Get him a touchdown. It's kind of a... I don't know if this is a good play call or not, but we're going to try it. Play action, nothing there. He can run as well. Get down, Malik. And oh, maybe I should have tried to get in there. I should have maybe tried to get in there, but that's okay. All right, we're going to try to go play action. We're going to try and get Malik Washington's stats up a little bit as well. Why not? I'm going to try to hit the flat here. Get out there. Throw wide open. Touchdown. All right, we are rolling right now on offense. I keep hitting the boom. The boom dance. Why do I keep hitting that? All right, I got to do a different celebration. I might just do that the whole stream. I like the boom dance. Oh, quick 14-0 lead, though. Defense doing their job. Malik Washington in the offense getting going here. Don't get hope yet, Maryland fans. We know how you are. We can go in here and play the moments. Okay, perfect. Hopefully we get a little defense here at some point. They added 3. Already close to halftime. Your defense needs help. Let's get tough and keep them from the end zone. So it's 14-10 now. And they have the ball in the red zone. What just happened? We must have turned it over. We had to turn it over for sure, right? No doubt. As we're in a little bit of trouble now all of a sudden as they'll hand it off. We got pancaked on the outside, and he will score. Oh, he hit stick them down to the 1. I hit stick them down to the 1-yard line. Well, it was looking good at one point, and now it is all of a sudden they score here. We're down. Nice stop there. Beautifully done. I'm going to stay in this goal line. I don't see them throwing this. Let's pinch these let's get linebackers in a little bit here. 2nd down and goal. Hand it off, and he's in for the touchdown. And he juked out the defender to get in. So we very quickly just gave up 17 points to Navy in a flash. I don't know what just happened. That kind of sucked. All right, we're already down back in the red zone, though, so this is going to be a high-scoring game, I guess, against Navy. That's not encouraging if that's going to happen. That is really not encouraging. Oh, get rid of it. Oh, man, I thought he was open. I just couldn't, like, see him over there. Darn it. All right, 3rd down. 3rd and 6 here. We are in field goal range, so we can at least kick a field goal. Who knows? The unstoppable Navy offense. We might be in trouble. We're going to try it here to Dorian Fleming. Oh, no! Oh, it's incomplete. I did not think that safety was going to get over there like that. Also not quite where I wanted the ball, honestly. All right, we got to try this field goal here in a little bit of rain. Hopefully we don't shank this. I'm definitely known to shank a couple here and there. And, all right, I finally got the field goals down in this game. Thanks to you guys, by the way, for putting me on to the tap option because I was struggling pretty bad with the field goals. It sounds like a lot of people were. All right, we're going here. All right, so we're on offense. It's still 17-17. Our wear and tear is getting real bad. We may have to look at the wear and tear. We might have to look at the wear and tear sliders a little bit. I don't want to... I like the wear and tear, but I don't want to deal with, like, all of our guys getting just, you know, an insane amount of wear and tear during the sims. So we'll kind of look at that a little bit if that's going to be too big of an issue, as we got a couple guys who are really banged up. Our center's, like, basically dead. Snap it here. Looking. Oh, Washington under pressure. He can outrun this defensive tackle, though. He can outrun him. Throws it, and it is caught for a first down. How about that play from Malik Washington? That was absolutely disgusting. We got to play the rest of this drive after that. That was nasty, though. Oh, my word. He is so fast, man. He is a lot of fun. He's going to be a fun quarterback to play with, hopefully for more than one season. Oh, no. Oh, I thought he caught it. Oh, I thought he caught that. Oh, dang it. Yes, I know we had the play underneath, but that play was there too, honestly. If he throws that more towards the, like, where that ball needed to go, that's a touchdown. I'm blaming Malik Washington for that one, honestly. Keeping it here, Washington, and he will score. Boy, he is a true dual threat quarterback, is Malik Washington. He can run, he can throw, he can do it all. He is pretty darn impressive, is Malik Washington. 3 touchdowns on the day. It looks like he got intercepted. That's probably why Navy scored so quickly before the end of the first half during the sim. But he is really impressive and a really fun quarterback to play with. Hopefully our defense doesn't give it right back up. Fourth quarter time. So 4:41 left in the fourth. 81-yard run? Is that what that says? 81 yards. Oh, I meant to play it. Darn it. So they scored. We give up an 81-yard run, and they scored. All right. 3:28 to play. It's a tie game. Versus Navy. Oof. Not good. Probably have to play the rest of this game, right? When you guys are playing the moments and stuff, again, I don't do this like often. I'm going to start doing it more. We got to play the rest of this game, right? 3:28. Close game. Can't let the computer do it for us. Oh, that one was on the hands of the Navy corner. Or maybe it was their safety. And it's 3rd down and 10. I keep trying to run these, like, big crosses and stuff for Fleming because he's our biggest matchup nightmare for the opposing team. They may be blitzing here, and they do back off of it. Washington under pressure! He lost the ball! It's still loose, and we recover it! There is a flag. What is the flag? That was late as anything. Really? You held and still got beat that bad? Good job. So we got to punt this away. This is a disaster. If we lose this game, Malik Washington might transfer. He might just quit like that one quarterback did last year. I can't remember his name. Where he just quit on his team. He might honestly just quit on us. We cannot lose this game. All right, we're going to play the defense here. 3:13 to play. Tie game. We got to play it. All right, let's see if anybody on defense can make a play. We know exactly what they're going to run. It's literally just going to be options. I don't really think they're going to run much else. I'd be absolutely shocked if they ran a single thing other than just option plays. So we know exactly what they're going to run. It's just a matter of can our D tackles get off these blocks and stop it. Pitch out this time. Oh, excellent little play by Wingate. Damn, is he good. All right, 3rd down. Now they might throw it. We're going to go nickel. And I think we can man up against their, against their receivers. I imagine we can man up. And we're going to control Zion Ely on this play because I want to kind of see him in action if they throw this. They are going to throw it. Ely went untouched. Oh, we got a roughing the passer. Oh, no. We got a roughing the passer, and I think they got the first down. Pass interference. Whoa. We'll take that. Okay, I have to see this. That is not something I don't think I've ever seen called in this game. It's not on... What number did they call that on? I missed what number they called that on. Oh, it's here. And this is pass interference. He didn't throw it this way, but it's pass interference. Watch the receiver. Yeah, you can't do that. So we got bailed out big time. I thought, like, watch Ely here on this. I hit sticked. And I thank God I missed. Oh my God, thank God I missed, because that would have been so bad. Look how close this is to just a late hit decapitation. All right, so now it goes to 3rd and 19. Let's just play cover 4. I'm going to play as Ely again. I'm going to be more careful this time. I think they might just run this and punt. I don't think they're going to throw this. Oh, it's an RPO. Just make the tackle. Easy play. We'll take it down to the 2-minute. We'll let it go down to the 2-minute. We'll save our timeouts. Yeah, that was really cool. I've never seen that in this game. That pick play. That was really cool. I didn't know it was in the game, but that was pretty cool. All right. 4th and 21. We're going to get the ball back. We're going to let this go into the end zone. So we've got to get, I don't know. What do we got to get? 30, 50 yards, I would say, to be, you know, in a decent range for a field goal. We got to get 50 yards, give or take. We have 3 timeouts, and we're playing the Navy defense. I think we can... Oh, no. Whoa, what the hell was that throw? What in the heck was that? Malik Washington under pressure struggles a little bit. I honestly should have maybe ran that on 1st down to just try and get some yards. Because if we don't get anything here, I mean, Navy could get the ball back. I'm not overly concerned with their 2-minute offense, though. Can't imagine they've got much going for it in the 2-minute. Washington will run, and he's just short of the marker. The clock will go. And I'm going to just assume... I'm going to assume that a Big Ten offense can outmuscle a Navy defensive line and get a 1st down. I'm just going to assume that. And I hope that I'm not wrong. And, oh my God, he just got it. That wasn't totally on the offensive line. That play just kind of was what it was. But we got the 1st down. All right, now we've got to think about the clock here. 3 timeouts still. We're struggling to get 10 yards. Is targeting in the game? I have not seen it yet. But I can't say that it's totally not in the game because I also did not see a pick play until that play. As Washington again will run! Malik Washington! We are in field goal range just about. Thank you, Malik Washington. Thank you for his legs. But yeah, I haven't seen targeting, but I don't know if it's in the game or not. I imagine probably not, because I don't think like they would like something like that in the game, but I'm honestly not 100% sure. Pitch it out here, cut back in. Oh, not much there. 50 seconds. We're not in a huge rush here, but we also are not... Can't just settle for a... This would be a 53-yard field goal. We have a pretty good kicker, but, you know, it's a 53-yarder. We can't just settle for that. We've got to get a couple more yards here, and we're going to have to throw this away. Nothing is there. Oof. Oof. All right, 3rd and 11. We don't necessarily need the 1st down, but we need yards. Let's try this. Let's try this play. We just need yards. And we obviously can't lose yards, and we can't turn the ball over. I don't think a run here is a bad option, but if we get like 1 yard, it's a 52-yarder or so. Shifting at the last possible second. All right, Fleming. Oh, a little bit of a high throw, but he hangs on. Okay, that got us to the, better field goal range. I don't love the way we handled that. It's still a 47-yarder. Sean O'Hare does have 88 power and 88 accuracy, so I do think he can make this. Please don't miss this. The wind is not in our favor, though. It is not in our favor. Okay, here we go. I think that will be good, and it's good. Okay. Whew. Not the most encouraging first game. Not the best first game we've ever had here. But, not terrible. Malik Washington's been great. His legs are awesome. Everything else, I just don't know. Everything else, I really don't know. And they're going to run this out here. And no! Oh my god, I thought he was about to break that. I actually just thought he was going to break that. That would have been an all-time moment on a stream. So 2 timeouts, 17 seconds. They could, if they want to, try to run the ball. Wouldn't make much sense. They are going to throw it, and he throws it away. Okay, 13 seconds to play. And we're pretty much just going to sit back and in quarters coverage. There's nearly no reason for us to do anything else but sit there. I don't know why they're going under center either. Under pressure here, and he throws that away. Hey, dude, there's 8 seconds left in the game. You probably got to take a shot at some point. Don't think you can just sit back. I will check Maryland's uniforms after this game. I'm not 100% sure. They didn't have as many uniform options as I thought, though, I would say. I thought they had more options. Throwing it down the field. Don't pass interfere. Knocked away. 1 second left. And this will be the last play of the game. There's no way he can throw it this far. It's more so just about don't get any tip balls or anything like that. Final play here. He will throw it as far as he possibly can. Oh my god, it actually got tipped up. He almost caught it. Oh my gosh, that was almost a disaster. Jeez. Oh, we win the Crab Bowl Classic. Malik Washington, the player of the game. 224. 3 touchdowns. He probably had, I don't know what the CPU did, but he probably had 80 yards rushing. He probably had 300 all-purpose yards, would be my guess. Really impressive game from Malik Washington. The rest of the team, I don't know. But we're happy we got the win. We got the rivalry win, which is nice. Let's check the stats. Let's see how many plays and stuff we got in Sim. So 58 to 60 plays. That's realistic. We ran for 156. Threw for 224. 4 of 11 on third downs. Turned it over 1 time. Let's look at Malik here. Went 18 to 33, 224. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. And he ran for 69 yards. Deshaun Williams had 13 for 87. Receiving, Fleming was our leading guy. Well, he wasn't actually. Him and Chris Durr Jr. both had 5 catches. Naeem Abdul-Rahim Gladding. Oh my god, I'm going to have to keep saying that name tonight. Naeem Abdul-Rahim Gladding. Oh, anyway, he has 3 for 71. And then Deshaun Williams caught the touchdown. Chris Durr caught the touchdown. I wanted to check the defense because we didn't play a ton of defensive snaps. I just wanted to see, like, did we get any sacks? No sack. I mean, they're not going to throw the ball much, so that makes sense. We didn't cause any turnovers. And it kind of makes sense. I mean, when you're playing Navy, they don't throw the ball off and they run that they run that option offense. So stats there did make sense to me. Yeah, I'll check the next game. We'll check all Maryland's uniforms. I probably should have done that from the jump. So we did get some coach points, which is excellent because we need them. We also got the Crab Bowl trophy. That makes me want to eat some crabs right now. So where do we want to put this? We can get 15, 30, 40. We can get 4. And I do like to spread these out because, you know, being able to scout these guys. Definitely O-line. Being able to scout players for much cheaper is just such an advantage. DB because it covers a lot. And then probably linebacker because it covers a decent amount as well. We can do pretty much everything. We can do defensive line, running back, or quarterback. We do need to look at quarterbacks, but it's not like top of my list. I'd rather look at defensive linemen. It's just not at the top of my list. We have Malik Washington, and I do think he's going to, well, I assume he's going to stick around. And if not, the transfer portal will be there. Not overly concerned about it. All right, let's take a look at our recruiting. We have 1,100 recruiting points. That just seems insane coming from the UTEP series. I cannot wait to have that many points, but it's also a lot more to manage. You know what I mean? Like, it really is. So I'm going to look at these tackles. We have 400 hours a week as a 2.5 star. I want to look at these 5-star tackles. I know anybody that's a 5-star wants to play here will take them. But when you're going to put that much NIL on players, I do like to at least know what we're working with, especially because their archetypes like are agile and raw strength. And for tackles, you just never know with that. And because it won't cost us as much to look at them, I'd rather just look at them all and then make a decision on one. So let's look at all of these. So pass block finesse 81, impact block 85. 73. He's pretty good. I'm honestly not blown away. Let's look at the 4 stars. So let's compare a 4-star. This is a pass protector, but let's compare a 4-star to a 5-star. So 84 finesse, 83 power. He's a little bit worse there. Impact block's going to be worse, but he's a tackle. You're not too concerned about impact block. Pass blocking is worse. His run blocking is better because he's a raw strength. He's pretty much worse across the board, is Gibbs. So to me, he's kind of out. If the game would let me take him off, that'd be fantastic. So yeah, he's kind of out, in my opinion. And let's see Malik here. Be nice to see a gem pop up because that would help us with trying to differentiate these guys a little bit. And none of these guys are interested in coming here. So we have to put points on, on them in order to get them. We have to probably exceed their NIL. So I want it to be for a guy that we're really excited about. He's got quick drop ability. Oh, okay, there we go. So we got our first gem, 4-star agile tackle, Bobby Gaddis. 80 impact block, 74 finesse, 76 tackle. He's just an all-around pretty good player. But with the dev trait, he's got pretty good abilities as well. He looks pretty solid. So he'll be a top target for us. These other guys, I just don't know. But he'll be a top target for us. So we're going to offer him. Well, before we offer him, let's go through and look at some of the other guys that we added. I wasn't quite done looking at guys. We'll use our NIL in the start to offer guys like I did in my other series. We'll use that to our advantage. We can scout these guys much faster now, which is awesome. I just think that signal callers are the best linebackers. I really can't be convinced otherwise. The coverage of these linebackers on thumpers are horrible. They're just horrible. 84 tackles sounds good. 83 speed. See, he's not bad. 64 zone coverage isn't terrible. 83 speed, 84 tackle. That's got to be, you got to be flying around the field. But then this signal caller also has that. He's got a little bit better pursuit. He's not a bad other option. These 2 guys are my top options, and he's kind of third. And these other guys I'm taking off. Did I even look at him? This is a JUCO player. And he's just not, for a JUCO player, he's not developed enough. So these are the 3 linebackers that we'll go after. Let's look at corners. So here's a 5-star corner. I do want to try to add a 5-star just for fun. 90 speed, 6'1", 192. 90 speed, 92 acceleration, 74 zone, 72 man. 93 agility. He's got great speed. His coverage stats are lacking. 265 NIL, and we'd probably have to go above that. Don't love that. His press is only 60. He's more of a slot corner, but he does have decent. He's pretty decent. So JD, what in that? JD Karapateas? What is that? What in the world is that name? All right, we could probably scout one more. Let's go with this 3-star because he wants not a lot of NIL. His man coverage is probably going to be too low, but we'll look at it. Yeah, it's just not going to be there. Because we have to save some of the hours for the offers. So let's go ahead and do some offers. Get the ball rolling on a couple of guys. So we talked about these linebackers. These will be the 3 linebackers that we go after. Quarterbacks I still have to look at. We add these receivers. Now, normally how I like to do the board, I don't know how you all do it, but for me, I try to rank them by interest. Because if not, I'll kind of forget, like, where I have guys. So I'll usually rank the top by interest, or sometimes I'll rank them by star and then interest, or something like that, just so I can keep the guys that I'm like working on at the top, and then the guys that I'm scouting or whatever at the bottom. It just helps kind of differentiate the players, and then the gems I normally put at the top because they're obviously like the top priority. I don't know how you guys normally do yours, but that's just how I've always done mine. It just makes it easier, especially for something like this when you're not, you're not as maybe into it or not into it, but as like meticulous as a year-long rebuild. I want to make sure that we're targeting the right players. We've got a lot of receivers. JD Karapateas is the corner I liked. We have a lot of receivers. We realistically cannot go after all of them. So all the 4 stars, the 3 stars, we can go after as many as we want. We have the points to be able to do that, but the 4 stars, realistically we can't go after all of them. So let's go ahead and offer JD Karapateas. He's from Owings Mills, Maryland. I used to live in Owings Mills, Maryland. And he wants 155 NIL. I do think we would be able to pitch him. So he's not a gem. He's pretty good. See, this is where I struggle because I haven't really dealt with this much NIL yet. Is like, what is the correct amount to offer him? Because 250 NIL, for example, sounds insane. But he is a 4-star corner. And is that just the price of doing business? Maybe that is just the price of doing business. He's not a gem. We could always up the offer as well. We can't go backwards, but we can go forwards. And he's not interested in playing here. So we would also have to put, see, that's the other thing. We'd also have to put hours on him. So we probably have to go pretty strong on his offer. We probably are going to have to go pretty strong on him and his offer here because we don't have the hours. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you can raise it, but you can't lower it. Or that'll be the end. The problem is, though, with him, like, all right, so let's offer him what he wants. Let's just start there. We at least know we're going to offer him what he wants. So we'll do that. This is the one that I think we're going to potentially put as a quarterback. Or we're at least going to explore the option of him playing quarterback. Now, we don't have as strong of a pipeline on him as he's obviously not from Maryland, so he's not particularly close. We do still have some good things we can pitch him on. And where are we on his board? So we're 10th on his board. All these guys are going to start locking teams out and things like that. This is the speedster with 98 speed at 6'2". Route running has something to be desired, but that speed is certainly something. I'm gonna offer the guys I'm interested in the NIL that they want, and then I can up it just because I want to see like what it kind of looks like after we offer these guys. So this is another one that he's more of a slot receiver. So this is 3 4-star receivers we're going after. I don't expect we're going to get all of them, but let's throw our name on the board for these guys and see what happens. And then these guys we can just offer because they're not asking for anything. We can up it to 10 for him, 15 for Paul because he's a gem, and feel really good about that. We can go 10 for these guys and feel excellent about that, about our chances to get them. Feel really good about that. And then we don't have any more hours for Conklin, so hopefully he doesn't lock in his top 5. I don't think he will. These 0 NIL 3 stars, they tend to hang around for a little bit more times than not. So that's what we'll do right now. And then let's think of... Again, I don't expect we're going to get all of these. Now, I guess he's more of like a potential quarterback. But that is, even at he's a good receiver too. So like, I'm interested in him at receiver also. He's probably the top 4-star receiver of all the guys. And we are 10th on his board. I just don't want to get locked out of all of these guys, you know? And like 98 speed, I think we have to go a little bit hard on that. What do you guys think? I think we got to go a little bit hard on probably these two, and then we'll put the offer at probably what he's looking for and see what happens. He's a little bit of a better straight receiver, though. But I do think the like 5'8", 5'9", quick guys that play in the slot, you can find those in this game. Maybe not as good as him, but similar. So I'm kind of okay with seeing what happens with him. These two guys I kind of don't want to miss out on. 91 speed, 91 throw power. Like, he could be Lamar Jackson. I'd rather be aggressive and eat it and try and get some of the dynasty points back throughout the season than go the other way. So we'd have to go up to... Oh my God, these numbers get high. Holy heck, they get high. All right, we'd have to go up to 270 to be three bars on the bonus. I don't know if that's crazy or not. 1,100 points left. Should be plenty to fill out the team and stuff, though. I think that should be more than enough. Oh man, this is a lot, though. All right, let's go interested. Let's go to 255. Let's go interested on him. Let's just go interested. And then for John Atomio, who has 98 speed, we're going to do the same. We're going to go up to interested. So he is interested at 240. So we're going to go up to interested on those guys. Keep everything else the same. We don't have any hours left. We're starting to give out scholarships, but... All right, let's see how that goes. I'm going to be interested to see this. Well, these numbers, boy, do they get high. It's crazy. All right, let's see how this goes. Again, we have the bye week next week, so we'll have a little bit of time to look at this stuff. So he reached his top 5 schools, and one of them was Ohio State. That was one of the quarterbacks we had on our board, but we didn't even go after him, so I don't really care. Like, signing a top 75 recruiting class by National Signing Day, that will happen. There's no way we don't sign that. So I'm assuming we're getting the 150 points for that. 5 3-stars will happen. We can go barrel shopping for some that don't want any NIL to get that if it comes to it, but that'll happen. So we're going to get 225 points for that. The other one, 300 yards, I hope we can do that. But I do think those goals are pretty easy. I don't think they're that bad. So we'll go through and let the game kind of do the practice plan. They'll limit... The game does a good job on these of like limited guys who need to be limited and stuff. So I honestly don't even really mess with it. I don't know if I should be. Maybe I should be, but I usually don't even really. I don't really care that much about that. I just don't mess with it too much. Okay. So we didn't get anywhere with these 4 stars at all. So if we're gonna do those offers, we have to put hours. That's just gonna be how it's gonna have to go, which is fine. We can put hours too. It's not that big a deal. We want to save some of our NIL. We have 400 hours. We're not pressed on it. And then these guys we started to get in a little bit, which is good. Tam, for some reason, even though we offered him 10, that didn't get him excited, but he wanted 5. And 10 didn't get him excited. He wanted 0, I think, and 10 didn't get him excited. Really? Okay, Ben Tam, maybe just doesn't want to come play in Maryland. So normally it's 40 hours from my experience to get their interest if they're not really interested in you. 4 stars, it could be more, could be 50, but I'm going to go 40 on these guys. Try to start getting their interest a little bit. I'm surprised they don't have any offers. That's kind of crazy. I do think we'll get at least 2 of them. So he has one. So Jaden Draper has one from Ole Miss. So he has his first offer. They're a tier 5 pipeline. We're a tier 3 pipeline. We do have a conference prestige A+ and a playing time A+, so I think we'll be able to pitch him well if it comes to it. So we're not going to back away from the challenge. We're also going to add, we have some 3-star receivers here, though, which is good. Knowing, obviously, there's a chance we don't get any of these guys. We have a contingency plan at receiver. You got to always have a contingency plan. Now, I'm going to put 30 on Tam because I do like him quite a bit. And for some reason, the NIL just didn't bite. I could hold off on the hours on him, honestly. I don't think he's going to lock us out. You know what? I'm going to hold off on him. He's not going to lock us out. Ben Tam would never lock us out. He's not going to lock us out. So he's not going to lock us out. And then, boy, these last names in this game are some of these are insane. Like Quincy Ogunlay, I guess. Some of these last names, they're testing my name dyslexia. They are absolutely testing it. He got an offer from Pitt, and they're getting a little bit more than we did. So they may have came in hard on him, but 10's the most we can offer. So I'm going to see what the influence is for him next week, and we may need to put hours on Ogunlay. See, now it's not that bad, Ogunlay. Once you say it a couple times, it's like, okay, it's actually kind of a normal name. But I have name dyslexia. All right, let's look at some of these quarterbacks. We still have 240 hours, so we can look at some of these guys. Now, again, we may have one quarterback already with that receiver, but we can't take the chance not knowing what his attributes are looking like. Oh, quarterback's the one thing I didn't really... Did I? Darn it. Okay. That's on me. I should have did quarterbacks. I thought I did do quarterbacks when I did the recruitment thing. Did I not? Hold on. Did I not do quarterbacks when I did my abilities? I swore I did. Look at this. I was proven wrong. Okay, I did not do quarterbacks and did not do running backs. But we can't wait to look at the quarterbacks because they'll go. I should have did those and did like defensive line later. I was just thinking of like D-line, you get multiple positions. Quarterback, you only get one, but it is the most important position. So we have to be a little selective here, but we've got options here. So this is a backfield creator, 82 short accuracy, 76 speed. I don't love that. All right, let's look at Matt Quinton. He's a dual threat. Some of these dual threats you'll get look good. Speed isn't probably not. Oh, the throw power's high. 80 speed. Wow, the accuracy stats look good. 94 throw power. Okay. He's a 4-star. Oh, I didn't realize he has offers from Tennessee, Notre Dame, and Auburn. Yeah, we got to bow out of that. I think we have to bow out of that. That was kind of a waste of points. That's on me. I didn't realize he had those strong offers already. Frank Johnston has Penn State offer from Pennsylvania. And he also has USC and Ole Miss. Okay. I honestly might more target 3-star quarterbacks because, again, we have Malik Washington, and if he does transfer, I'll go to the transfer portal and find a quarterback more than anything else. You do always want to have quarterbacks you can develop behind them, for years down the line, but, like, I'm not, going to spend, I don't think I want to spend 200 NIL on a quarterback this year when we have Malik Washington for hopefully 3 more seasons. He's a sophomore. So next year would be the year I really think, okay, we got to get a guy who can develop under him. But, there are no 4-stars who are interested. You have the transfer portal. So I'll probably try to go after like a nice 3-star at quarterback, which they will be available. They will definitely be available. All right, so because we have a lot of positions we need to look at still, like corners, safeties we still need to look at. So there's a lot to look at here, and I just don't want to, waste points if we don't have to. I don't think he's gonna be. Wow, he's a gem. Okay, that's why you scout till the end. I didn't think he was gonna be much, and he certainly has some room to develop. He went 65 NIL as a 3-star. That's kind of a lot. He has a gem though. So we are going to be battling West Virginia for him. I'm at least going to go after him. Gem corner you got to at least go after. And we'll do interested on him as well and kind of see how that goes. He's got an offer from Clemson. He got Ohio State, Michigan. Yeah, I'm going to bow out of that one. Crazy that 4-star didn't get an offer. I was thinking the same thing. 88 speed and 70 zone coverage is more of a safety. 64 tackles, not terrible either. He's, to me, screams more coverage specialist safety. Definitely. I totally agree with that. So that means we still need corners. And we do need safeties also. So let's go back and try to find some corners here. Let's go a little bit let's bargain a little bit. Corners you can't get as much of a bargain as other. I was wrong. I didn't think you could get corners as much of a bargain, but apparently you can. All right, interest in us. We have some that are 30, but like, I'll look at him. Like, if they're in our pipeline and they want 10 NIL or they want 0 NIL and we have a strong pipeline to them, I almost would rather go after those guys because I can offer them really good NIL deals, and I just feel like they have a better chance of being interested than, like other guys, like even Ika, like we have to offer him 105 NIL, and that only got us 3 bars. And he looks pretty good, but I'm just saying, like, and we're 7th on his board. Hopefully that doesn't cut us off versus, like, we can offer him 10 if he looks solid, and he would be, jumping up and down. So it's just things you have to consider in this game, but it makes it more fun. The NIL's been a really nice feature. 92 speed. That is intriguing. 65 zone coverage, 61 tackle. He's got a ways to go, but that speed is certainly enticing. And I do think we could beat out North Dakota State and Army for him. And I do want to play some zone coverage on this team for sure. And his man coverage isn't too far behind. Now, you don't know what the development trade or skill caps and stuff will look like, but he's 92 speed. You can't teach speed. So we'll offer him. We have plenty of scholarships. We have plenty of NIL. The one thing I like is, say we get in a position where we're like, it's too much. We can just take away his scholarship. We can't get him again. He would hate us for eternity, but we can get the NIL back. So that's why I don't mind offering guys. You could take it away if you need to. Obviously, you can't get them back if you take it away, but it is kind of nice that you're not stuck to it, if that makes sense. 89 speed, 64 zone. Okay, so we'll wait on that. So we're pretty much set here. We don't have any more hours. We're going to use our hours during this bye week to hopefully get these 4 stars interested in us and into their top 5s. If we don't get into their top 5s after this, then we may have to limit it. I don't really know. I'm still not giving up on getting a 5-star, but they're going to start locking out pretty quickly. So we'll look at some more who have strong pipelines after this week, and we'll kind of see. We'll try to find some guys. All right, let's go ahead and sim. See what happens. Let's see if I can get my wife to bring me some water and see what happens. Do you guys think she's gonna bring me water? Yes or no? I'll say yeah, but probably like right before she goes to sleep. So I might start having a horse throat here at some point. Excuse me. So we got UConn this week on the road. It's gonna rain again. Let's go look at the recruiting real quick because I'm curious what these guys. So it got a 6th for the corner, Kara Pateas, 2nd for Thorne, and now Clemson is in on him, and they have a strong pipeline. 1st for him and 5th for Draper. Okay, so it got us the interest. That is great. That is really nice. All right. That's ideal. Certainly ideal. So we got UConn this week. We should be good on the injury front. Coming off the bye, we should be fine. Offense played pretty well last week. We'll see what they do against a little bit of probably a better team in UConn. What's their overall, like maybe a 70? 69. Okay, so we still should win this game. Sorry it took me so long to look for the uniforms because we had the bye week and stuff. So let's go ahead and look at all the options. So they got the all black. Ooh, these are crisp. Bro, those jerseys are crisp, bro. I like these. And they got the yellows. And I think that's it. Oh, they have the away alternate. It's kind of nice. It's got like that gradient. Not gradient, but, well, I guess it is a little bit of a gradient look to it. The gold. And then I think that's it. It's more so after that, just a combination. They used to have like so many more uniforms. I don't know what happened. And they don't have like the helmet that was like the Maryland flag anymore. I don't know if they just tried to like simplify their uniforms or what. Kind of strange. But let's see what these look like in the game though. These away also. Let's wear them this game. Why not? They look kind of cool. See what they look like in the game. I don't know if UConn's the necessary opponent to wear these, but let's have both teams dressed to impress. Why not? We'll have them wear the all blues. I like that matchup. All right. We're going to play the moments again. It's kind of fun. And let's hop into it. Let's see what happens. I don't know what to expect against UConn. I've never played them in this game. I don't know. Maybe we should start looking at some of these teams' rosters a little bit before we play them, but you also want to play, trying to play as many games as possible, so you want to make sure you're, we're playing the right amount of games. Make sure you guys can see me good here, okay? Yeah, I think it's good. All right, another rainy day. My, oh my, why won't it stop raining? Maybe that's a, indication of our season? I don't know. We're 1-0. UConn is 1-0. Let's go, baby. We should be able to beat UConn. West Virginia next week will be the big test, and then we'll get into the big test. All right, so we're on 3rd down here. This is probably the first drive of the game, I imagine. And it's 3rd down and 7. We're going to try to try to get Fleming. Fleming's always the guy, if I'm looking for anything, it's going to be Fleming. Hey, these jerseys look pretty cool, yeah. All right, 3rd down at 7. Fleming is our number 1 option. Oh, he's wide open, and I mean, he is wide open, and he's down to the 23-yard line. Let's go ahead and finish this drive off here, now that we're inside, or close to being inside the red zone. We might as well finish it. I do like the way this offense has looked so far. Oh no, that was almost a disaster. Oh, it turned out to be beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love when you're doing an RPO and you throw, you throw it, and as soon as you throw it, you're like, oh no, that happens to me more times than I probably would like to admit, honestly. Try to hit a big play action here on the counter, and oh, it's not there. Oh no, I was throwing it away. Oh no. Ooh, that's bad. I was throwing that away. So now we gotta try to just get a field goal. I'm content with just getting a couple of yards here and kicking the field goal. But they're all up on the line. I mean, we may be able to at least try something here. Oh, they backed off of it. That's fine. Still open underneath is Williams. He'll get a couple of yards, and 4th and 8, we'll kick it. And we'll let the game go ahead and kick it here and get back to the moments. Hopefully we at least made it. Oh, they want us to kick the field goal. The game can kick it. It's fine. So the game adds 3, and we'll go ahead and play some defense here. It's 3rd down and 7. This will be a more conventional game against a conventional offense, and I'm excited about that because that means we'll get to see a little bit more of the pass rush. We'll get to see a little bit more of Ely as well. We'll play with him a little bit here. Is wide open. Okay, seriously? Oh, he fumbled the ball! He may have been down, though. I think he was down. He was probably down. But maybe the game will ignore it. Oh, they ignored it. Okay, perfect. So we get a turnover on defense. And now we're inside the red zone. He was 100% down, right? No doubt. We're going to try to do a little bit of draw here with Malik Washington. If the offensive line holds up, it'll be a solid gain. He took a hard hit. Only for a gain of 4. Still seeing some of that wear and tear. Each side of the helmet looks like a different color. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool, I think it's like depending on how the, how the light and stuff is hitting it. It kind of reflects differently. It's pretty cool. It's got a little red in it, a little gold in it. I do like it as we're kind of looking at it in the game here. All right, we're going to cheat Durr over, or motion Durr over. Hope he can. It's a long developing route, but he does get open, and he is down to the 5. So 1st and goal from the 5. That route took a long time to develop. But it developed nonetheless, and now it's 1st down and goal. Do we go play action sprint out again? It looks like the run's not going to work. I think the sprint out may give us a better option here. And we can always try the tight end if the flat's not available. And we will throw it down to Williams, and he's down to the 2-yard line. Oh, that's not good. Somebody got hurt. I didn't see who that was. I thought it was an offensive lineman. Was it Williams? I thought it was an offensive lineman. Oh, Williams is still in. And I think it might have been our right tackle. So we're going to sub him out after this play because he is dealing with a little bit of an injury, but we'll pitch it out to him here. 3rd down and goal. Nothing doing that time. Oh, it was our right tackle. Get back in the game, dude. What happened to the days when you put some ice on it and you got back in the darn game, dude? Come on. Tired of having to Tired of having to beg these guys to play football. That's like, excuse me, that like when Brian Daboll went and checked on Scatterbo when he was hurt or whatever. He's like, put some ice on it, bro. Come on. Meanwhile, he's dealing with like a major injury. Let's call a timeout. I didn't love that play. Didn't love that play. 3rd and goal from the 3. You know, this playbook, the one thing this playbook needs, it needs some pistol plays. With Washington's ability to run, it needs pistol plays pretty bad. All right, let's try this RPO, because I do think the run game may be there a little bit. If not, we can hit Fleming. Just make sure we read this right. This looks like man coverage, and he's in for the touchdown. Good bounce back there. Beautifully done. So offensive line is doing a decent job here, and we add to the lead. That burst back inside was actually beautiful. And what is the name of Zymir Smith? I got to get used to names. It's only the 2nd game. So Zymir Smith is the backup. He gets in for the score. Beautifully done. Let's see. Are we going to play any defense here? UConn adds 3. And it is time for a little defense. It looks like they're in the red zone. Again, got there pretty quickly. And the wear and tear is definitely going to have to be looked at because everybody is dealing with something. Not everybody, I guess, but a couple different people. 3rd down, throw to the outside. Great coverage right there. Beautifully done. Looks like they're going to go for it. Okay, so they're going to go for it on 4th down and 3. I like the aggressiveness. And what do we want to do? How do we want to get aggressive here? I'm thinking we bring a blitz. I'm thinking we try to come after him. Can we come after him and see what happens and play as Ely and see if we can get in there? 4th and 3. We are in man coverage. Receiver motions, and he's hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Beautifully done by the defense. It was Ely who got in there for the pressure. And they are going to let us play the 2-minute drill. We have 2 timeouts. Number one thing here will be, we got to take care of the football. A little bit of a dangerous throw, and that was actually less dangerous and more so just stupid, because that clock's going to go. That was a pretty stupid play. I can admit it. Oh, Washington under pressure. Got to toss that one. Clock will stop. 40 seconds. Let's try to hit this little in-breaker here. The only thing about this play is it's pretty much your only option. If they cover it, you're kind of screwed. Unless Washington runs for it. Luckily, they do not cover it, but it's... No! Oh, Malik. Malik, you gotta hit that throw, dude. Clean pocket. Look at it up top. He was literally wide open. How in the world did he just miss that throw? He was wide open. He just missed the throw. Oh, my. Maybe you should have called a fair catch. Jeez. All right, luckily I don't get any points. 3rd down and 9. And we're just outside the red zone. We're a lot of just outside the red zone trips. Even in college, Scatterbo ran like a bowling ball. Yeah, he definitely did. I actually liked him a lot in college because he was a really good receiver. Kind of a sucker for the receiver running backs. Throw deep. Oh, the hit by the safety knocked it out. Oh, man, he had it and the safety knocked it out. We'll let the game kick another one. So 13-3, now 13-6. It's starting to get dicey again. These games are some close games. 2 seconds to play here in this 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 10. Going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. It's a 1-score game. And they'll hand it off, and he will get the first down. Wow. 3rd and 10, and he got the first down. That is kind of crazy. What do we want to run here on 3rd and 7? Do we want to bring more pressure? And let's kind of back off of it this time. We'll put some guys up here, but let's back off of it. Wingate's going to blitz, and Ely's going to drop into coverage. Okay. So a little bit of a disguise here. Wingate gets there. Beautifully done. A perfect blitz there. That was absolutely beautiful. Exactly what you want to do right there. You couldn't have drawn it up any better if you tried. Wingate is just a monster. He's so fast. We should have looked at his attributes more in the beginning, but he is insanely just a very good linebacker. I think he's the top-rated player on the team. So they're going to try for the field goal here. This would make this game a little bit closer. Still keeping it 1 score, and it is good. Does keep it, though. Does hold our lead, I should say. And now we're down in the red zone. Looks like we had a huge play on offense. Malik Washington passed to Dorian Fleming for 40 yards. So we will be inside of the red zone here with 6:50 to play, trying to do what we got to do here and close this game out. A touchdown would make it very, very hard for them to come back, as Smith will run, cut up field, and gets 5. Not too worried about the clock right now. More so worried about trying to get a touchdown here. That is our number 1 priority, and I think this is a great time to try to use Washington's legs a little bit. He's got a lot of speed over there. He can really run. We'll give it to Williams, and he will get the first down. Nice run. He's got a burst to him, even playing a little bit banged up. I think we're going to go back to the run again. We can run quarterback power, basically. Oh, the left side of that line is open right now. All right, just block. It was there. Oh, man. Why did I just try to cut that? I thought he was going to get off of that a little bit. I don't think it would have mattered. But it might have. This is a rub play. Maybe not a good play for down here. I don't know if... Let's see. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, he's open! Touchdown! So the rub on the right side did not work, but that zig route worked beautifully as it looked like they were in man coverage. And we add to our lead. Great drive. Good way to finish that out. I think that you would probably be fine. I haven't been there in quite some time. It's actually on my list of maybe going back this year. But I think you would be fine. It's like every other college stadium that you may have been in if you've ever been in one. They're pretty tight because it's, a lot of student sections and stuff in there. But I do think you'd be okay. I would just try to find a handicap accessible area on whatever site you end up getting the tickets from. They hopefully would mark that. Oh, they're gonna go for it on 4th down. So 4th and 8. This is probably the game. I'm just gonna play cover 6 and drop guys into coverage. Try to play a little bit of a stun again and see what happens here on 4th and 8. And they will throw it, and it's almost intercepted. Incomplete. And that is what I'm talking about right there. Great job. We're gonna play the 3rd down. I know we don't have to technically play every single moment. We probably won't play every single one, but early on, at least in this season, I want to play the big one, Try to get this on 3rd down, and we will get it and more as a nice run there picks up the first. UConn running out of timeouts now, and they may be... He just dropped the F-bomb. No doubt he just He literally just dropped the F-bomb. All right, I think we can skip this. We'll play this since it's the end of the game. Why not? But the other one we can pretty much skip because this game is over and they don't have any more timeouts, so we don't even get one more play. And we go to 2-0 on the season. Malik Washington just tackled the Terp. He's excited. We're playing well right now. 2-0 on the young year. This has been the MO for the Terps, though, in real life. They win these games, and then they struggle in the Big Ten, and that's going to be where we're going to have to make our bread and butter this season. But we will certainly take the start to the year. Defense played well in this game, only gave up 3 field goals, didn't allow a touchdown against, a real offense. Honestly, played better in this in this game than we did against Navy. We're still trying to allow under 300 yards because we would get an objective for the season knocked off, and they got 307. And they probably got like the last yards they needed to get over 300 in garbage time. So that kind of sucks. But I don't know, the way the defense is playing, maybe we'll get there, but those first 2 games were our best shot. Because now we're going to play West Virginia, and then we're going to play Big Ten play. So that was probably our best chance. No problem. Yeah, hopefully if you do go, hopefully you go and have a good time. I'm thinking about going to the first game this season. I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking about going to, I think we play Coastal Carolina. And I thought about going just because I haven't been in a long time. And it's like 4 hours or so from my house. Not too bad. I have family that live a little bit closer as well, so I could sneak up there and go. And I just want to go to a game that I think we'll win. I'm going to spend the money. I want to see us win. Because last year I thought about going to, I think it was the Colorado game. And I ended up not going. And I think we lost that game. We lost almost every game we played at the end of the year. I do think West Virginia will be a little bit better this year. We did have a good recruiting class. We've got I think a little bit of a better quarterback situation, I hope, than we did last year. We got, what's the running back's name we got? I can't remember. Oh, why can't I remember his name? But we had a pretty good recruiting class, a decent transfer portal, so we'll see what happens. Honestly, we're just hoping to get 6 wins under Rich Rod. Second year, So, sorry, you guys are going to hear this crackle of the teddy bears. Not the teddy bears, the gummy bears. I apologize. I got popped something in at this point. It's getting late. It's Cam Cook. That's right. Yep, Cam Cook. And he's actually the highest overall player on West Virginia in the game, I believe. I think he was the leading... what was he? The leading... Was he the leading rusher last year? Something like that? He looks pretty solid. I've never watched him play, but I'm excited to see him play this year. Him and new quarterback situation. The offense we'll see. It's very run-centric. A lot of pistol. Just old school football, which I do kind of like, but, we'll see if that works in today's age. It's kind of tough. All right, so we've got 240 hours, and our hours did work for these guys, so we don't necessarily have to keep the hours on them if we don't want. But, they are 4 stars. You got to kind of, be aggressive a little bit. And once we learn more about what they care about, we'll be able to hard sell and soft sell. So I'll do 30 on Otomawu? Otomawu? I don't know how you say that one. Otomawu, I think? Okay, we'll go with that. I'll do 30 on him. Draper, we're battling with Ole Miss, but we actually got more influence with the 160 and the 40. So I'll keep it on that and check the influence next week. We may have to up that, but we'll see. These guys look good. Let's look at the corner. He hasn't gotten any other offers, and he's not close to locking out. I'm cool with staying on this. I think we'll unless he gets a lot of offers, we'll hop into his top 5. Thorpe is we have to battle Clemson. We're getting a little more influence than them. I wonder what they offered. So we'll keep that because Clemson's going to be tough to beat for him because he's from North Carolina. So I'm kind of cool keeping these hours where they are here. We don't need any on him. We don't need any on him. Hours, I mean. What school is that? Is that what school is that? That logo on the top. Something is it? Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Like, do tell me in the chat, but what is that? Is that Arkansas State? Is that Alabama State? That's something state. What is that logo? What is that team? Alabama State? Anyway, I don't know. If you guys know what that logo is, let me know. It's something like that. It's something state. Arkansas State. Yes, I got it right. Let's go. He's from Florida. They're a tier 1. We're a tier 2. I think we're fine, but it does look like they are offering him a pretty strong offer based on the influence. 80 speed, 81 tackle. So he's probably number 2 on my list for linebackers. I do like Ogunleye more. And we can already schedule his visit. Should we schedule his visit now? And just get him in the building? Well, we want to wait to see conference prestige. There's a chance that's important to him. Is there a chance that's important to him? Let's see. Yes, there is a chance. I feel like if WV didn't have so many quarterbacks on their roster. Yeah, that's true. I think we played like 5 quarterbacks, like legitimately. They were just trying guys. And none of them were good. That was the thing. None of them were good. So they're trying different guys, and you know when they say when you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none? When you have 5 quarterbacks, you really have none. Checking to see if the Orioles won. I forgot they were playing. Oh, wow, the Orioles beat the Phillies. Gunnar Henderson with a clutch 2-run homer. That is abnormal. All right, good win by the O's. Let's go. Hopefully there's no Philly fans in here. We'll take it. O's picking up a big win. So he's my number 1 guy. I want to wait on the visit because we might get the A+ on the conference prestige, but let's put 25 on him. And Tam, I'm going to put 15 and see where that goes with Arkansas State. He got an offer from the Raging Cajuns. See, I like that logo. It literally tells you the team is the Raging Cajuns. Much easier. We didn't actually offer him yet. So we'll offer him 10 also, and that should pique his interest for sure. So we have 205 hours to work with to continue scouting. Knock off these tackles. Oh, and I forgot to put these guys up there. So let me go ahead and add these 3 stars up here on the top. See, that's what I'm talking about, why I like to do the list how I do, because I will just forget about guys. I'm like, wait, I thought there was a couple more guys we were working on. So I'll go ahead and add these. So Cedric Payne, we offered 20 NIL to, and that didn't even get us interested. I can't remember. I think Army was the other team who had an offer on him. They've already backed out. But that's surprising that we didn't get in his top with 20 NIL offer. That's really surprising. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was like 30 minutes. Ah, that's better. My wife also plays plays video games, so I think she's down there playing right now. So I can't even blame her because, you know, we know how this is. I forgot the Orioles were playing because I'm sucked into the game, so I can't blame her too much. I really can't. She's down there doing her thing. All right, let me remove these corners. So these corners ended up locking us out. That's fine. We've got plenty of options. So Payne we're going to put 30 on too because that, again, that normally gets us where we need to be. I do feel like everywhere else we are good. And there was I was thinking there was a tackle. Yeah, Bobby Gaddis. I was going to say, I knew there was a tackle we were looking at. And I thought we offered him, but we did not. Oh, I guess because of his NIL. He wants 185 NIL. Whew. That is a lot. Now, he is a 4-star gem, but that is a lot of NIL. But I don't think we're going to get every receiver we're going after. What do you guys think? Do you think we should go after this, or should we continue looking? Because I can find other tackles. I could find 3-star tackles who don't want as much NIL, who might be decent. So notice you don't have an MLB team? Oh wow, okay. That's pretty cool though. It's probably better not to. It's frustrating. MLB is in an awful spot right now. It's there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that there's going to be a lockout next year in the MLB. I know that's pretty much the common quick step and quick drop. I think yeah, that's true. He did have that. It's pretty much the common idea though, is that it's going to be a lockout in the MLB after this year. It's just too much going on. It says we only need 1 tackle. We need 5 guards. Jesus. So we got to start looking at guards. We got to still look at safeties. We got to still look at, well, they're saying outside linebackers, so they're talking more so about Sams and Wills. Okay, they're not talking about pass rushers. Okay, so I can hold off on that. In a 3-4, that's not, we're running a 3-4. That's not the most important thing in the world. You know, mics are more important and things like that. So we can hold off a little bit there. I'm okay with holding off, and you can also find so many Wills and Mikes for cheap. Like, look at all these guys, and they'll be around. So this will not be a priority. We can come back and find decent linebackers. I'm not pressed on that. I wouldn't even be opposed to getting a couple 2-stars. For depth and things. A couple decent 2-stars. I want to get better on our offensive line. That's going to be a top priority. We to compete in this conference, we've got to be good up front. No 5-star guards. Couple 4-star guards. 130 NIL is the cheapest they'll go for. See, I gotta kind of be blown away for 145 NIL though. At the guard spot. But I'll look at them. Now I'll add some 3-stars. I mean, I'll look at them. I oppose to taking a look. Guys who are interested, I'll look at. I do kind of like for guards the more of the raw strength. I just want, this is just a personal preference. I want guards who are going to come in and are going to just kind of like whoop people around a little bit in the middle there. I don't really want, it's just my personal, I don't really want guards who are going to be pass protectors. This is old school football here. I want guards who are like eating 5,000 calories a day and are 6'3", 300 pounds. As I say that, there's a pass protector there, but like that's what I want. I want the big guys who are gonna go in and beat some people up. I also like the well-rounded ones. Agile is actually an archetype I didn't really look at all last year, and I've actually noticed that they're actually pretty solid agiles. Now, I'm like tackles, like that tackle we just looked at who looks pretty good. He's an agile. I just never really looked at agile archetypes like that, but they're pretty solid. We've got more hours. Let's add some safeties. I would love to add like a awesome 5-star safety. That would be a lot of fun. We'll at least look at this one. That's going to be really tough out of the pipeline, but we'll at least look at them. But yeah, I would like to add like an awesome safety. I don't really like the box specialist, but I'll look at them. I like the high coverage specialist guys who can go and get the football. And hybrids are good too because you never know. But all right, so we'll look at those. Yeah, we'll look at those guys and kind of see what's up. Look at these guards. I'll make a decision on that tackle in a minute, but I want to look at these guards. All right, let's see what we're working with. I already don't. Oh, 91 strength, 84 run block power, 78 pass block power. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's honestly pretty good. He doesn't have any offers yet. Okay. I feel like the agile linemen have better strength. Yeah, it is weird. Like, I just feel like they're kind of like, they must have redid the archetype. Because last year, all I went after was raw strengths. Literally. For guard, that's all I went after was raw strengths. And I got pretty good results by doing that. And well-rounded a little bit, but really it was all just strength guys. And yeah, this year it feels like the agiles are pretty solid. I'm not blown away by any of these so far. I don't like him. This is another raw strength. $80 run block power, 77 pass block power, 81 strength. That's not awful. He already has an offer from Auburn though, and he lives in Georgia. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to deal with that. I gotta start looking at who these guys are getting offers by before I do too much. That's on me. Like North Carolina and NC State, we can work with that. We can work with that. So let's kind of compare these cards. What's up, Snail? There you go. How are you, man? Nice to see you. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. You haven't missed much yet. We're about to play our third game. We're 2-0 so far. He's probably too early for a suggestion. Next year, Golden Gophers or Duke Blue Devils. That could be pretty fun. Minnesota could be fun. I looked at them for a second. I think I like him the best. 0 NIL. Sounds great. But yeah, Golden Gophers would be fun. Duke would be interesting. They sim amazing. They always are good in the sims. But yeah, Golden Gophers would be fun. I like to do the teams that are in smaller conferences. It was kind of interesting. I saw Mr. Hurricane was doing West Virginia this year, and normally he does the smaller conference teams as well. And it was kind of interesting to see him do a different spin on it. Kind of got me thinking a little bit about next year and doing a team that's in a Power 4 conference but on the bottom of it, instead of doing a team in a smaller, a completely smaller conference. All right, so you guys think offer on Bobby Gaddis. All right, well, we will offer him. We're going to have to go pretty hard. Oh, my God. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to offer him what he wants. What does he want? 185. Okay, I'm going to offer him 185. That's not going to get us there. I don't think he's going to lock in his top 5, though. I hope not. And then we'll see what next week looks like. And we'll kind of go from there. I don't think that's going to be enough to get in his top 5, though. Let's just see what happens. And okay, so that actually looked pretty good. That did not look bad, actually. So championship contender, we got up to C. That is amazing. It's only downhill from here. It is only downhill from here. West Virginia 2-0 as well. Another rain? Jesus, what is going on? I know it's been raining a lot in Maryland, but my goodness. They got it on the money with the weather. It has been raining in Maryland a lot, though. It really has. All right, let's see. Oh no, Oh wait, Oregon was already in on him, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Still nothing there. Ole Miss, we're battling. Damn, he's already about to verbally commit to West Virginia. Wow, he really wants to go to West Virginia, huh? Let's see what happens after this week on him. We got some competition for some guys. It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely different, doing. Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna get us anywhere with him. It's definitely different though when you're, in competition versus like the UTEP series. We're trying to find guys that maybe fell between the cracks, and things like that. All right, we're gonna renew an old rivalry here. Maryland against West Virginia. So we can either do a red out or stripe the stadium. I haven't done this yet. Let's do red. Let's do all red. I was gonna wear the black uniforms for this, but let's do all red and do a complete red out, I guess you would say. This is gonna be a good game. This is the first game that we've played where it's evenly matched. It's West Virginia is on the same, on the same level as we are. So this is going to be pretty fun. This is going to be different for sure. Move this over this way a little bit. You guys can see my Lamar Jackson jersey. God, it's always confusing me. In the back here. Pretty cool, huh? My wife got me this, what's it called? Jersey rack or something? It's kind of connects to the wall and you can put a jersey on it. So I got the Lamar Louisville on there right now because I haven't gotten any of the new Ravens uniforms yet, but once I get them in, I'll switch it. But I had to put the Louisville up right now. It is hot, that's for sure. Hasn't been too bad here in Maryland the past couple days, but I think it's about to get hot again. I'm not a Maryland fan, but I live in Maryland. I'm a West Virginia fan. Red zone alert, take advantage of the field position and get some points. So we've already scored a touchdown and we've got the ball back. What happened? Let's see what happened here. So, what in the world? 10-second. What? Oh, that's the drive one. Okay. Malik Washington passed to Chris Durr Jr. for a 35-yard touchdown. And then they went 3 and out, and they only had a 39-yard punt, and we're driving back down the field again. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they got, great uniforms and a great logo and mascot and everything. It's a pretty fun place to go watch a football game. I've seen a lot of games there over the years. I have a lot of friends and stuff who went there or are fans or whatever. So I always end up going to a couple games. I'll probably go to one or two this year as well. Oh, look at the red. That's pretty cool. So look at the stadium, all red. All right, 3rd down and 6 here. Our first action, we're already up. Oh, no, I wanted to hurdle. Why did you just... I wanted to try to hurdle the defender. I don't know why. That's going to back us up. Yeah, Cincy's cool too. They got cool, cool colorways and stuff. So we're going to try the field goal. We'll kick it. Since we messed it up for him, we'll kick it. I know that feeling. I know that feeling all too well. As we do not get through, so we kind of take advantage of the short punt. We do at least add 3. At least we didn't turn it over. So let's see if the defense... Are we going to play any defense in this game? 17-0. Jeez. We have not played defense at all in this game. I guess West Virginia is just anemic right now on offense. Oh, nice. Oh, the rain is pouring now. Oh, my gosh. Wasn't this bad earlier in the game, as Malik Washington will pick up the first down. And we'll play the drive here. We will certainly play the drive. Minute 8. God, it is pouring. My goodness. It is really coming down here as we're going to try to hit a flow to Fleming down the field. Beautiful throw, and he's down to the 1-yard line. Malik Washington has 288 passing yards in the first half against West Virginia. Wow. That was a beauty. Hawkins is 1 for 2 for 16 yards. Washington's 14 of 23 for 288 yards. That's a little bit of a difference. Wow. Are we close enough to sneak this? Let's try it. Either way, the clock will go down or it'll force them to use a timeout. But we'll try and use Washington's size here to see if he can just sneak this. I have not been able to get a good sneak off all year long, and it does not start there. I feel like every time you sneak in this game, you get literally 0 yards. They've made it almost a useless play. I don't know. Maybe you guys have had better success with it. I have had 0 success sneaking this year. I don't know if you have to get it in the green or what, but I just have not been able to do anything as we dive in for the touchdown. Oh, that was pretty cool. He dove in over the defender. What a first half. 24-0 over the West Virginia Mountaineers. This reminds me of a game I went to one time in Raven Stadium. West Virginia played Maryland in Raven Stadium, and it was raining like crazy, and West Virginia got absolutely destroyed by Maryland. This reminds me of that game. Yeah, I agree. They did too much to the sneak. They did way too much. We're not even going to play a lot of this game. We're just absolutely dominating them. This is the first time we played defense all game. I might play a little bit just because I want to at least play a little bit against West Virginia. I haven't really looked at them too much in the game this year. Hawkins on 4th down. Throws, and it is caught for the first down. Nice throw. Let's play this a little bit. I mean, let's play some defense. Can't play 0 defense. I guess we could, but... Plus, I mean, if they get a touchdown here, the game's not over. Oh, that was a dangerous RPO. I'm going to run a little zone here. This is definitely 4 down territory for them. No doubt about that. Now, when I'm controlling this linebacker, for those who don't know, I'm not actually... Oh, he's going to run in for the touchdown. I'm not actually usering him. If you put him up closer to the line of scrimmage, the computer will take over as him. But they have to play close to the line of scrimmage for some reason. I don't know why. It's been like that for years. But I don't really like to control the defenders too much. Every once in a while, I'll play as a defensive lineman, or I'll user a secondary player to try and force a fumble or something. But I don't play as the defenders too much. I really like the attributes to kind of take over there. So if you see me on the linebacker, that is what is happening. So this is a run situation here, right? 4 minutes left. I think we just run this, right? Because even a field goal makes this a 17-point game. There's no point in doing anything but just running this ball, lining up that field goal, and keeping it moving. Yeah, I see. I've done that before, but I've noticed that sometimes, like, at least in the past... Oh, they want me to go for this? No, we're going to kick the field goal. Why would we go for this? I've noticed in the past, it even if you're in zone coverage, it'll put them in man coverage when you do that. I don't know if it still does that, but it did in like an old Madden game, and it messed me up a couple times. And I'm like, I'll just get the linebacker closer to the line of scrimmage to do it. You used to not have to do that. I don't know why they do the things they do. All right, we're going to play a drive of defense because I want to at least play a little bit of defense here against the West Virginia offense. I want to at least see what they look like here in the game. I was not expecting us to kick their asses, honestly, the way we have, but we have absolutely dominated the Mountaineers today. Do it with the defensive tackle. Well, that actually makes sense. I never thought about that. I've always done it with like the linebacker or something. But that actually does kind of make sense. But yeah, if you take them up and you just go like here, around here, it'll just, you know, the game will do it. Oh my, that was dangerous. You can stay out. This game's over. 3rd down and 10. West Virginia's had just no answer today. I was not expecting to blow out West Virginia, but it is nice that we did. Hawkins, with all the time in the world, now will run, and he picks up the 1st down. Come on, Ely. Ely hasn't really flashed. Is he even in the game? Oh, he is. He did have the one nice pressure. We'll try him here. He has a tight end on him. Oh, my God, he can't get by a tight end. Oh, my God, intercept the ball. It was in his hand, and then he... and then he decided, never mind, I want to absolutely just level somebody. He could have just picked it off. Honestly, respect. Let's try to hold L1 here and see what happens. See how it brings him up in man coverage? For some, like, literally no reason. It's so stupid. Who knows with this game? Like, why would a safety who's playing deep just run up and cover the running back? It just makes no sense. Oh, that one's hung on to, and a 1st down up to the 47-yard line. We're pretty much playing, playing back at this point. We actually bring in some, some backups. I'm not going to bring in a bunch of backups. We'll bring in a couple here. So we blitz. He's going to throw down the field, and it is incomplete. Beautiful coverage. Also want to play a little bit too, just so you guys can see kind of what the sliders look like. In case you haven't, in case you don't follow my other series or whatever, and you want to kind of see what these sliders play like a little bit when you're on the other side of the ball, because really, one of the main things with sliders is making sure the quarterbacks on the other team aren't like robo quarterbacks and whatever, and it's just so frustrating sometimes when you're playing against a computer and they're completing every pass, and it sucks. So these sliders do a good job of kind of mitigating that a little bit and making the game just seem more fun and more realistic and all that. So that's why I enjoy them. That's what I look for. So I'll hand it off to Cam Cook. Nice juke, and Cook, oh my God, is he juke or does he? Oh, you know what to say. That was nasty. God, he cut out, he cut in, he cut back out, and that was a pretty impressive run by Cam Cook. So I assume West Virginia, like the other games we've played, Cam Cook has over 100 yards. I imagine they have hit the 300-yard mark as well. No way that they get the onside kick, right? Let's, welcome back. They have 1 timeout left. We can end this game here with 1 1st down. We make them use it, and we may go for this if we don't get it, depending on where we are. And we get the 1st down, and that will do it. Okay, we put the finishing touches. That's a good question. We put the finishing touches on this game, and we pick up a nice win at home. Was not expecting a 3-0 start on the season. I'll take it, but I wasn't expecting it. Malik Washington had a heck of a first half. And the second half cooled off a little bit, but we were up a lot. Probably were running the ball a decent amount. We ended up not even really playing a lot of that game. We just kind of, like Snell said, we just dog walked them. And that was too easy. They ended up with 345 yards of offense, so we're still searching for that 300-yard mark. We only ran for 2.4 yards a carry, but we threw for 371. Malik Washington had himself a day. Boy, did he ever. Wow. Absolutely destroyed him. Who was our top receiving guy? So Fleming had 6 for 94. Abdul Rahim Gladding had the 1 touchdown, Durr had a touchdown, and Caleb Webb had a touchdown. So 3 different guys scored that weren't Fleming, but he had the most yards. He continues to be pretty darn good. Ravens fan. Yeah, I'm a Ravens fan. I think we are about to get into conference play, right? Oh, so I was wondering, who was our last non-conference game? And I guess it's Rutgers? Wait, no, Rutgers is in the Big Ten, right? So we're playing 9 conference games, or am I tripping? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're playing 9 conference games? All right, let's go look at our recruiting here. Oh, what time is it? Oh my goodness. Michigan American football and sports were more spontaneous. We don't start chants. Yeah, I thought so. So we're playing 9 conference games. Interesting. We don't start chants through the main ad breaks. Yeah, it's definitely the crowds in American sports aren't as crazy as like if you watch like the World Cup and stuff. The closest you'll get is college football, which is why I love college football. The tradition and the atmospheres is what makes the sport. So it is kind of fun. But yeah, you'll never get the same as like soccer and stuff. I saw that today actually. I saw that the logo on their jerseys has the monster logo next to them. That is insane, man. That's the world we're in now. I'm honestly happy that the players at least get a piece of it now, because with how much they monetize it, they deserve some of it. It is insane. So we still don't have enough for Daryl Thorne to do anything, but we'll continue. We're getting... Wow, look at that. Clemson, you might want to bow out before you get absolutely embarrassed. Damn. We're looking really good for Otamawu right now. By the way, I'm just assuming that's how you say that. Otomawi, I don't know. Draper, we're going to be in a standoff here with Ole Miss. And it'll be interesting to see once we start to learn more about what interests them. Now, if Alani Aika, who we said looks a little bit more like a safety, which I think he certainly does. I don't know, man. I'm just like, I got to put a lot on you. He's not worth what we're going to have to do to make it up. I'm going to keep this on him. I think he's going to commit to West Virginia, though, at the end of this week, unfortunately. Even though he should watch the game, and he should see that we just kind of we killed West Virginia. But I don't know if he's interested enough in all that. Maybe he thinks he's going to come in and fix it. So Ika's probably out, but that's not that big a deal. It always sucks to lose a gem, but I'm not too concerned about his skill set. Coaches would have the guts to make Jamal Adams a box linebacker. That's random, but it's true. Well, he just signed with somebody, right? Raider? No, he played on the Raiders last year. Who did Jamal Adams just go to? Seattle? No. Minnesota? Minnesota. Brian Flores will probably get the most out of him if that. I think that's where he went. I don't care. So as I'm doing this, request. Yeah, man, that's a good episode. That is a good episode. You could always watch it and come back to this, or vice versa. But that game that we played in the UTEP was crazy. That game against EJ Colson, he was fun to play against. It's a lot of fun to see. I like to see how a player you had, um, that you had that you used, or how the computer uses him. And it was interesting to kind of watch EJ Colson as a computer. Oh, Colorado State getting in for Tam now. He's gonna be a battle. Wow, we're gonna have to fight for him. That kind of sucks. But yeah, it's interesting to see the computer use those guys. And EJ Colson, he was dealing a little bit against us, honestly, and I was getting a little frustrated because we were really struggling to get pressure in that game as well. And I'm like, if we just get pressure on him, we know he sucks against pressure. All last year, every time he had pressure in his face, he struggled to make throws. I'm like, we just have to get pressure. Oh, we're finally in for Payne. That's great. You guys think we should go kind of hard for this tackle or no? I don't. We'd have to go really hard. Like we'd have to go up to 200 and no, bro. Come on. I don't see it. 300 NIL just to get interested plus hours. I mean, we have a lot of NIL, left, but we also have a lot of positions and things we have to fill. I just don't see it. What do you guys think? For that price, I don't see it. I know he's a gem, but that's a lot. You think so? That would just take away a lot of our NIL. He does have quick step and quick drop. 4-star tackle, 6'4", 293. I watch NBA. It's not for everybody. I'm a big NBA fan. I'm a Sixers fan, so we're living okay right now. But it's not for everybody. I have a lot of friends who are like that too. They like college. I'm gonna try for Gaddis. Do you think that if we put 50 hours on him with this scholarship, he'd be even interested? Would we be able to compete with Clemson and Tennessee, or do we have to go? We probably have to go at least to 250. Yeah, that's over for you. Well, the Sixers haven't been much better. We haven't won anything in like 45 years, but it's been it's exciting right now. I think we'd have to just go, probably 50 hours plus 260, 300 NIL. Man, that's a lot of NIL. But you know what? We need to. That's true. I was actually just thinking that, and we need a premier left tackle. Let's just do it. At the end of the day, we do need to invest in our offensive line, continue to invest in our offensive line. So getting a premier tackle is certainly a good start when trying to build an offensive line. It's going to help protect our, Malik Washington or whoever our future quarterback is. Against some of these teams we're going to face in the Big Ten, we've got to be able to protect a little bit. John Rhodes is going to be a battle too. So we've got to put some hours on some guys. It's not just going to be NIL's not going to be enough. What I'm trying to get at. We're going to have to put hours too. We're going to have to be aggressive. A couple of these guards look all right. I mean, the 3-star guards look okay. He looks. I would be interested to see his strength, but all around a solid player. And he's cheap. 10 to 20 NIL with the budget we have is very cheap. So I'm okay with offering that. Let's see what this looks like. 68 pass block power. 75 run block power. Capitals fan or Flyers caps. I'm pretty much everything local here. Caps, Orioles, Ravens. It's just I'm not a Wizards fan because I don't live near Washington. I actually live closer. I'm actually living in a part of Maryland. I'm closer to Philly than I am to DC. So that's why I'm a Sixers fan. Let's see. So I think we're going to lose out on Ica, so we do have to continue to look at corners. 87 speed. 54 press. Ugh. 87 speed, 94 submersion. 71 zone and man, that's not bad. 65 tackle is actually not horrible for a corner. I do like bigger corners. He's cheap. He's a decent. I'm gonna offer him 5 NIL. You're like literally like just a decent depth guy. Oh, and I did want to look at the safeties. Damn it, I forgot about the safeties. As a Wiz fan, you made the right choice. I mean, hey, the Wizards are a little bit on the up and up this year. They I like Debanza. I do like Debanza. So what we'll do is we'll see how the tackle feels about us. If he's not feeling us, that's fine. We may pivot to this safety depending on what he looks like. And maybe put our NIL towards that. And let's look at that looks pretty good. All right, so we'll stick with that. We'll see what that tackle wants to do. We're going to let him make up his mind. And I think we're going to lose out on Ica this week. I do think he's going to commit to West Virginia. I don't think he's going to to stick around. We'll see what the NIL does for a couple of these guys with the hours and stuff. Marlins and Pirates fan. That's not a good combination. The band says Solar Trey and AD is more hope than we've had since the Wall and Beal glory days. Yeah, that's definitely true. That is 1000% true. I'm not the biggest Trae Young fan, but he'll at least hopefully set up the young guys and stuff like that. And I do think that, with the new lottery rules too, like anything can happen. Literally anything can happen. And I do kind of like some of the moves they made just because, like, I mean, I'm a Sixers fan. We literally are the process. So, but I do kind of like teams that aren't, don't want to suck forever. Like they want to at least try to win. It is a sport at the end of the day. So we really don't need to worry about these because sways I honestly don't really use. And starting interest is already over. So really we'll focus more on the portal stuff. So I'm going to hold our points right now. I don't really see the point in using them. We have everything we need as far as scouting is concerned. So we're pretty good there. Excuse me. But yeah, dude, I can't believe that that we got LeBron. I was out golfing when it happened. I'm like, bro, there's no way we just got LeBron James. Oh, the 5-star safety locked down his skulls. Damn it. That's fine. More of an NFL guy though. Yeah, I am a Broncos fan. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm a football fan more at the end of the day than basketball. I do love both, honestly. But I'm more of a Ravens fan just because like I like football more. My dad doesn't watch basketball, but he loves football, so we watch the games together and stuff. So I'm definitely more of just a football fan in general. But I do love basketball. Okay, so the 300 NIL and the 50 points got us into the third spot. Now, playing time is not. See, we really, though, need proximity to home, playing time, and conference pursuit. We really need it all. We need a kind of all those. We can schedule his visit, and hopefully, we don't have a home game for a while. So, hopefully, we'll learn more by that point. Thorne is locking us out because of playing style. And okay, we're getting locked out because of play style, probably because we're not throwing for enough yards. Yeah, it's an amazing starting five. Yeah, I think he fits in literally perfectly. We really needed someone. We really needed someone who could facilitate, and whoops, and he just fits that literally perfectly. We needed someone who could facilitate Brown and Maxi. Whoa! I did not realize that we had a receiver tear his MCL. Jesus. So Ryan Manning, the junior, he's out for the year. The torn ACL. Wow. Okay, I did not realize that. So he's done. That sucks. That cuts into our depth a little bit at receiver. As we're going to play against UCLA, who's also 3-0. We're home again. I think after this, we're going to go on the road a little bit. Right? Yeah, we go at Nebraska and then at Ohio State. Ooh. Okay, so this is a big game, though. This is where Maryland normally falls off an absolute cliff. Look at our combined opponent record. It's 23-11. That's what happens when you play the Big Ten. So we got a big game coming up here. But yeah, LeBron fits into our starting five really well. If Embiid can just stay, the words of the sin. If Embiid can stay healthy, then we've got a shot. Let's wear the black uniforms for this game. And that's obviously a huge what if. He can never stay healthy, but if he does, we're gonna be okay. I think even without it during the regular season, we'll be fine. But playoffs, we need everybody healthy. LeBron will be able to take off games. Edgecombe's awesome. He's so much fun. Maxey and Brown play a bunch. So, they were two of the league leaders in minutes last year. So, when we can get through the regular season, it's going to be about the playoffs, the ceiling of the team. But I think FanDuel has like the fourth best title odds right now. That's pretty fun. We definitely weren't there when we were pretty much, trying to wait for the Paul George and Joel Embiid contracts to basically expire. All of a sudden, we have Jaylen Brown on our team, and we have the fourth best title odds. Now we have LeBron James. Just pretty crazy. All right, so we scored on our opening possession of the game, it looks like. Oh, wow. Malik Washington passed to Dorian Fleming for a 73-yard touchdown. So we score immediately. And now they are going to respond. They're at the 10-yard line. Okay. Pretty crazy start to this game. So let's see how this goes as they'll hand it off here. And Gets a couple. What is the, hold on, what is the, oh, right, they have Nico. How do you say his last name? I forgot. I am of Nico. I am of Vea. I am of Vea. Something like that. It's almost midnight. Y'all gotta give me a little. My name dyslexia goes up tenfold after 11 o'clock. Second and goal. Looking. Throwing. Dangerous throw, but it's caught for a touchdown. That was a dangerous throw. He absolutely put everything he had behind that throw. That was a pretty impressive throw. So UCLA comes down and ties the game after we had a long touchdown as he threw that one in there. I do not. I don't think they want us to play this drive. Okay, so we'll go ahead and play the drive here as we'll start at the 25-yard line. Trying to answer back with a touchdown of our own. High-scoring game here in the first quarter. Oh, nice tackle there. I thought we were going to have the edge. Big drive here, though, early in this game. It's kind of funny to say that, but it kind of is as Washington goes down. We tried to go play action, and that is normally a recipe for disaster when you are playing a team with a better front than you. We'll try this. This is supposed to be some sort of rub play on third and forever. Just don't want to turn it over here. You try to play the long game a little bit as we will try to throw it down the seam. Incomplete. If anything, it could have been an arm punt. But we go 3 and out. The punt is right back. That was not a good drive. Not a good drive at all. So we're playing a little bit more of this game. I don't know if we're playing more just because it's a close game, or if it's because it's a Big Ten game, or it's a higher overall team, or how they kind of compute it. But it seems like we are definitely playing a little bit more of this game, which I like. Motion over here. And, oh, Ely comes in hot. Throw and incomplete. Oh, I thought that was going to be picked off. Good defense there. That looks nothing. Wait, there's no way that's his face scan. I think that's a receiver. Oh, they're going to go for it. I was really hoping they would not do that. They're going to go for it here. What are we going to run? I don't know what that is. 4th down and 4. Man coverage, throw, first down. He was wide open. Darn it. Yeah, let's get in here and play this. That sucked. Try to go man coverage. Just got us a little bit here. We'll sit in a little cover 3 now. Back up and loam a little bit. As I got kind of stuck here on Ely, and he is brought down for the sack. Ely really wasn't supposed to be in coverage, but I kind of got a little stuck and was just like, whatever. It's Javon Parker with the sack. Gonna run a little game here on 2nd and 13. Motion out. Looking again. Good coverage. Wide open. Boy, that play is always open in this game. Every time you play... I wish you could... For some reason, the right stick doesn't work as much in this game. I gotta start turning this on, by the way. that play where like they run a little bit of it's like a little bit of like a hesitation on it. It's a really nice play. And it just kind of gets you. We're going to play Ely again here. He's been close a couple times. They're doubling Ely here. Throw to the end zone. Incomplete. Beautiful coverage on the back end, and they will just kick the field goal. All right, let's... Wait, what just happened? Oh, they're kicking the field goal. Okay, I'm like, wait, I thought that they were kicking it. All right, so they're going to go field goal here. We'll skip that. Oh, my goodness. Again? They're moving the ball on us right now. This is Maryland 101. Quarterback run, and he is brought down at the 9-yard line. They might run this again. It's an RPO. Oh, my. He got destroyed. Excellent play. Lavon Johnson, the senior. So we'll go 3rd down and 8 here. I like to just sit in zones here. So we're going to run a cover 6. And we're going to see. We're not going to use our number 9, Zion Ely, but he's on the right of the line of scrimmage. Let's see what he does here on 3rd down. He's one-on-one. Oh, wow. He didn't do anything. And he does mark him short, though. Ely got just destroyed on that play. He's got a little bit of a ways to go. I thought he'd be a little bit more of a day one impact player than he has been. We're going to go goal line here. No reason not to. No reason not to. Gotta watch an outside run. Gotta watch an outside run. Like a pitch or something. Stopped him. He stopped him. He's short. Wow. All right, we stop him on the short yardage. That is surprising. 3rd down and 3. We'll take over. Try this maybe a little slot screen. This looks like it might be man coverage, though. I don't know if this is gonna work. You know, it might not, but R1 might be open too. Try the screen. Oh, it does work beautifully, and Webb picks up the 1st down. So that ended up working out masterfully as we get inside of the red zone, and we will continue on with this drive. We got to put up a touchdown. We've got to match UCLA's production. They're too good of an offense. We've got to match it. I'm going to bring in Smith here. Just going to try to check on the guys. The computer doesn't really care about the players like I do. Malik Washington, hold on to the ball. Down to the 2. Just don't fumble the football. That is the main thing. Just please do not fumble the ball. And we will be okay. We're going to go triple option here. We're going to get a little creative. Howard and Smith in the backfield. Oh, I meant to... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to hold X. That's on me. Damn it. Okay, it's fine. Do we want to give it to the fullback here? We probably don't have a fullback, right? Yeah, it's the backup tight end. I think if we just go option, we'll be fine. I don't think we need to get too cute. I think we just go option, we'll be fine here. I'm probably just going to give this to Smith. I think he'll score. Oh, no! Oh, no. No, no, no. He did not. Oh, no. Not even close. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Maybe a sprint out here. Let's try this. Let's try this spot play. If anything, we'll try to hit Fleming in the back of the end zone. Let's see what we're getting here. Looks like we're getting man. We're definitely getting man coverage. We're going to try to go to Fleming. Jump ball! Oh, it's incomplete. I don't mind that matchup. Game saying we go for it. I agree, actually. I don't mind the matchup or the play. That's just a good play. Sometimes it's just kind of a good play. But now it's 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line, and we're going to go for this. But what do we have for a good... Oh, this play looks good. I'm like, what do we have for a play? I don't know this playbook. All right, here we go. Oh, it's not there. Oh, it is for the touchdown. Oh, what a throw by Malik Washington. I mean, that was pretty perfect coverage, honestly. I mean, what else is that corner supposed to do? Chris Durr's been a nice weapon. He got his hand on it, but Durr hung on. He has been pretty darn good. Malik Washington's been impressive. We take back the lead. Offense can keep up a little bit, potentially, with some of these, big name... Oh, we got the ball back. With these big name offenses that we're going to face. I think the offense is good enough that they're going to be able to do some stuff, So it's really just about building off of that. Fleming is lined up on the outside. He's the outside receiver on this play. Washington just going to run. Malik Washington, get down up to midfield. What do we want to do here? I want to be smart with the football. Fleming on the outside is just sending me right now. Dump this off. Oh, he dropped it. Oh my goodness, he just dropped it. Why? That was going to be a nice gain. All right, we're going to try to throw it in the flat to the halfback here. Little sprint out here. Whoa, what is that throw? Oh my God, what in the heck was that? First down nonetheless. Why did he throw that ball up so high? I was just trying to kind of float it over there. And he threw it up like, why did he do that? All right, whatever. We'll take it nonetheless. I don't know why he did that. That was hilarious. All right, minute left. Oh, that's a bad throw. Oh, that's a bad throw. Oh, no. That was bad. That was bad. Darn it, that was on me. No, I'm coming off the field. You gotta come off the field and you gotta own that one. You gotta own that one. That's on me. I own it. I own it. I own it. That was a bad throw. I got greedy. I got greedy. I own it. All right, 3rd down and 7. We're going to try something here. These plays never work, but when they do work, they're kind of cool. Oh, my God, no! No! No, 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 no! No! What? No! Oh, my God. He was wide open, too. The play actually worked. Oh, and he's hitting the whatever that's called on us. I have nothing to say. Back-to-back, just killer turnovers. All I'm going to say is that play did actually work. Like, it was there. It was probably going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be a touchdown. It was going to be a huge gain. Like, watch it here. Like, yeah, that's a touchdown. If they don't get, like, I was hitting it right there. Like, to throw it, like, on towards the sideline. That was a literal touchdown. Yep, that was a touchdown. We just missed out on a touchdown. Did they bring a blitz? Yeah. Oh, they brought the corner off on the blitz. I mean, that was a good blitz, but yep, that hurts. That was probably a touchdown. All right. Well, we got to get that back. We're driving again. We keep getting to like around here and getting to 3rd downs, and then I take over. I'm going to try this play, a little shake route. The middle just looks wide open. I thought Washington would have a run, just a run for this. Oh, beautiful, beautiful down to Dorian Fleming, and he gets down to the 20-yard line. Beautifully done. I was going to say they probably want us to play the rest of this drive. Let's just be a little bit smarter here. Let's not force anything. Let's just be smart. Hand off to Williams, and Williams will get down inside the 5. All right, first down and goal from the 4-yard line. Beautiful. We could go tight end screen. All right, let me not just call plays I think are cool, though. Let me call actually plays that might actually work. Tight end screen works like 1 every 5 times. So again, to be fair, that fake screen did work. We got to be careful with the ball, especially down here, too, because a field goal would tie this game. Now, we're probably not kicking a field goal from the 2-yard line, but, penalty or anything like that, whatever. A field goal is fine. Not ideal, but it's fine. Oh, come on. Fight for the yard. Fight for the yard, Dejon. Fight for the yard, buddy. What do we call here on 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line? What do we call? I don't trust us to just run this in, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to try this boot play. Because if I feel like if we can get Washington on the outside and then... I thought this would be fun. It doesn't matter. Howard rolling, I think we might get this. But don't sack him before he can even do anything. Oh my god, what in the world was that throw? I threw that to circle, dude. Did Malik Washington get a concussion at some point in this game? I mean, I probably could have just ran this in. I swear to you, unless I hit the wrong button, which I don't think I did, although it's almost midnight, so maybe I did. I was throwing it to him because he's open. And if he just throws it like here, it's over number 6's head, it's probably a touchdown. I was definitely not throwing it to whatever that was. And I definitely didn't lob it. Okay. What has happened to Malik Washington? We have to go for this. All right, I'm going to try to run. What quarterback runs do we have? Let's just try to have him run this in. I don't think he can throw anymore. I think he lost his ability to throw the football. Oh no, he's not going to get there. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are we doing, dude? Oh man. We're kind of throwing this game right now. We're throwing this a little bit. Bro, what are we doing? Sorry, I'm trying to look at some stuff right now. What are these goals we can do? Oh, super chats. What is a super chat? Oh, that's like a I don't know. Oh, it's like a donation. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what any of this stuff is. My first time on here. Okay. So we got the ball back. It's 3rd down again from just inside their territory. All right, we're going to try this again. The clock is running down, though. The clock is starting to not be as friendly. And he's sacked. No, dude. This is the most winnable game of all time, and we're going to lose this game. This game is so winnable, it's like kind of pathetic that we're actually going to probably lose. This is like the most University of Maryland thing I've ever seen to lose this game. This game is so winnable, it's like not even funny. Field goal here is fine. Don't need it all. Stop him. Oh, he got the first. Oh, he juked and got the first. Oh, no. Oh, they scored a touchdown. Oh, it's 4th down. Oh, my. Well, it's going to take a miracle at this point. It's going to take a miracle at this point to win this game. This will be a tough loss if we can't win it. Just a lot of plays out there that we left on the field. A lot of time left. Yeah, I want to keep playing this drive. A lot of time left, but, man, I mean, this is a winnable game. UCLA did not come in and play, an awesome game of football. We kind of blew this game in a lot of ways. I was going to try to run, but they smartly had a spy from Malik Washington. Got to give them credit on that one. I don't want to, but, you know. You got to give them credit. We're playing with 4 downs, so keep that in the back of our mind. Again, hit as he's thrown. Boy, what has happened to our protection? This is why we need to continue to invest in our offensive line. Because if not, we're going to continue to have games like this, where we just can't protect our star quarterback, and he can't do anything. First down there for Washington. There you go. Just run with a purpose. Like, if it's there, just run. 4:30 left, and we need 2 scores. So, don't hesitate. He's open, and he's in for the touchdown. Little choice route there down the seam. Worked out beautifully. Not over yet. Not quite over yet. Defense needs to get a stop. I like that dance by the turtle. I like that. Caleb Webb. These receivers are pretty good. They've been a little bit better than I thought they were going to be. All right. Should we play the defense? See if we can get a stop? Let's do it. 4:17 left. They're going to be in their 2-minute, or excuse me, their 4-minute to try and ice out this game. It's up to us to get a stop. We have 3 timeouts. It's up to us to get a stop. 1 stop, we get the ball back. Anything can happen. But we've got to get a stop. Oh, nice hit there. Gain of 4 is okay. Eventually, though, it's going to come down to, you know, one or 2 plays probably here at this point. 1 or 2 plays is going to decide this football game at this point in time. This is huge right here. See these guys over. They're going to throw it here again. They're not going to just... Oh, no, they motion back. Okay. Snell's getting behind the Terps. Come on. Hand off. Good stop right there. 3rd down. Let's go. Let's freaking do this. What do we run here? Our zone coverage has been solid. We can't just rush 3. All right, this is what we ended up on. We're just going to run this. Come on, get the crowd into it. Let's go. 3rd down and 6. Let's go. Oh, it's a screen. Tackle him. Let's go. Good job, boys. Good job. Sorry, I don't want to wake up my wife or kid. Good job, boys. Come on. Good defense right there. We're going to get the ball back. We're going to have a chance with this, boys. Come on. This is certainly returnable as well. This is returnable. Okay, good field position. Good field position right here. All right, come on. Let's go. We can run this. We can run the football. And we could probably run 2 plays before the 2-minute warning. I think I want to run as much plays as possible for the 2-minute warning. You just never know. We have all 3 timeouts, so try to play both sides of it a little bit. Here as Williams runs, and Deshaun Williams gets the 1st down. Okay, that will change things a little bit. I think I want to run 1 more here. Yep, I'm okay with that. Got about 3. We'll take it. All right, coming down to the 2-minute. This is where situational football is key. This is why they hired us, though. This is why they brought us here, to win this game, this type of game, and to play good situational football. So we're going to do just that. I kind of like this shallow Mills play. I also kind of like this slot cross play. All right, 2nd down and 7. We also have a comeback around the left side if we need it. But we're down territory. Looks like probably man coverage. Try to hit the comeback here. Oh my God, what a catch. 1st down. Holy goodness, what a catch. Whew, good throw. Malik Washington has been impressive in this 4th quarter again. We're pretty much in field goal range. I don't know the win situation, but we're pretty much in field goal range. You know what? Now let's bring in Smith. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to continue to run it. I like the way we ran this. And we're basically in field goal range. So, like, I'm okay with this. We're not in field goal. Well, I mean, we could try the field goal from here. We don't want to be content with it, obviously. What do we want to call here? What do we want to call? Every play is getting bigger and bigger, you know? I kind of like the empty look, honestly. Play clock's winding down. We don't want to use a timeout. Let's just call something. Oh, I'm starting to overthink it now, boys. I'm starting to overthink it a little bit now, boys. Oh, throw it away. All right, third down. The empty has worked for us in this game. I don't mind the idea of staying an empty and trying to probably hit Fleming on this little inside route. If not, we have a couple drags. This would be a 51-yard field goal. Absolutely cannot take a sack here. Absolutely cannot take a sack, whatever you do. Oh, he's got him wide open. Wide open, it's Smith! Go! 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 Down to the 3-yard line. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's go. Now we can kind of control this a little bit, but we've got to score a touchdown. That is our number one priority. We have to score a touchdown. Even if we score here and they get it with, you know, let's just say 50 seconds to play and 3 timeouts. We've got to score a touchdown. Right? That's the number one thing we've got to be thinking about, is putting this ball in the end zone. All right. They may have let us score there, but we scored nonetheless. I don't know. Obviously, I don't think they would actually let us score in the game, but it looked like they did. Okay. You could argue we could have ran off clock there, and I do think it's a valid argument, but I am of the opinion I'd rather get the touchdown. I'd rather take the lead and, you know, have the surefire lead than who knows what would happen. Because worst case, they're using timeouts. So I guess we could have made them use their timeouts, but they would have used them. And I'd rather, again, like if we say we, you know, try to run it down to third down, they use their timeouts, then we don't get it. And then they kick a field goal. Then we kick a field goal. It's tied, and they have one timeout, and it's a tie game. And they only need a field goal to win it. So I'd rather just score the touchdown. I'd rather trust our defense. Why is 93 in there? Okay, we're going to play dime then. I don't know. I think there's an injury or something. I'd rather trust the defense. 54 seconds and 3 timeouts is a ton of time. Yeah, I think we made the right call on that, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Oh, dangerous throw. We dropped it. If they don't score, we made the right call. If they do score, we made the wrong call. It's as simple as that. It really is as simple as that. This is where we need Ely. This is where we need Ely to make a ginormous play right here. This is where we need you right here. You're 5-star. Third down. The zone coverage is beautiful right now. It is beautiful. We're not really getting any pressure rushing 4, but our zone coverage has been really good in the cover 3. I'm going to try to run a game because we haven't gotten really any pressure. Ely will be one-on-one likely out here. Running back's going to motion into the backfield. Third down. Oh, they're going to double him. Oh, he escapes the double team. Oh, he hit him, but he got rid of it. Fourth down. They should probably use a timeout here. They're not going to use one. Wow. Okay. They're not using one. Here we go. Looking, throwing down the seam. First down. Now they use one. Oh, man. I wish we would have been able to get in a little bit of a better play. But the clock went a little bit there, though. So now only 27 seconds to play. Throwing down the field. Oh, he's wide open. Down to the 6-yard line. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. It's fine. They could technically run this, but I don't think that they will. We have to stop them from getting in the end zone. That's why we scored the touchdown. That's why we were so concerned about scoring that touchdown. They're going to throw it. Ely pressure, and they dump it off. They lose yards. He got out of bounds, but Down to the 10. There's only 15 seconds left. Boy, this is drama. I think I'm just going to run cover 3. Everybody just cover the end zone. Cover the end zone. That is your job. Cover the end zone. He has time. 10 seconds. Throws! Oh, my... No! No, 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 no. There's no way he just dropped that. No way he just dropped that, dude. I can't believe what I just saw. You can't drop that. You literally cannot drop that. I could have caught that. Oh my God. All right, this is the game. I think I'm going to rush 3. We're not getting any pressure. I think I'm going to rush 3 people. We're literally getting no pressure. We might as well just rush 3. Timeout. Timeout. I'm nervous right now, man. This is a good one. All right. We're not getting any pressure rushing 4. I'd rather rush 3, honestly. I really would. And maybe we'll get pressure rushing 3. Here we go. Looking, throws! Incomplete! No flags. Oh, I thought that we may have gotten a pass interference there. I think that worked. I think I'm going to do the same exact thing. I think everybody just drop back. Everybody just drop back. This is the game right here. This is the game. Last play of the game. Here we go. We got pressure! We got pressure! Let's go! We rushed 3 and got pressure. Javon Parker ends the game. 4-0 on the season. Oh my. Whew, what a win. That was came down to the wire win right there. My goodness. Holy crap, what a game. That was absolutely incredible. That was an incredible game. I did not think we were going to go 4-0, but it has actually been a very good start to the season. We give UCLA their first loss of the year. Our offense continues to roll. 446 yards of offense. Just continues to play well. Malik Washington continues to put up just really good numbers. It all came down to this last play of the game, which I wish we could watch, but for some reason we can't. And rushing 3 ended up being the deciding factor there. I'm not a big rush 3 guy in the red zone, but hey, when it works, it works. And that worked. We ended up getting pressure rushing 3. You never know sometimes in this game. Sometimes when you rush 3, you'll get a nice animation and the defensive tackle or whatever will break through, and that'll be that. So, man, that was kind of crazy. That was a hell of a game. So 4-0 on this season is shocking to say the least. But I'm really happy with the way we've played. I'm interested to see where I'm sure in the Big Ten we don't even rank that well. It seems like we would, because I feel like we're playing well, but I'm sure Ohio State's putting up 600 yards of offense a game or something crazy. So I'm sure they're making us look like a joke. But I'm not really happy with the way we've played. Yeah, Indiana's rolling. I mean, a lot of these teams have not played good offenses either, so that's kind of part of it too, or good defenses, I mean. So we're actually second in the Big Ten in offensive yards, which is kind of crazy. We have the third least amount of points though, So how does that work? We have the second most yards. Oh, because a lot of teams already had a bye. So that's really what it is. If you go by yards per game, we are the fifth worst, which is crazy because I feel like we're really playing well as an offense. But hey, when you're in the Big Ten, you're gonna have some challenges for sure. But yeah, I feel like we're playing well defensively. I'm sure we're probably around the middle, more so middle of the pack. Nebraska in 2 games is at giving up 1.5 points per game. That's crazy. They've given up 3 points in 2 games. I'm assuming they've played nobody. And I like to look at the more per game basis. On a per game basis, they have dominated. Ohio State's dominated, and that's scary because they have already played Texas, I believe. So that means they're just dominating everybody. And we're about middle of the pack in yards per game. Sacks, we've been terrible. We gotta do better getting sacks. Well, that is where I will have to stop it for tonight, unfortunately, because it is late and I don't want to wake anybody up in the house playing the game. But I will live stream this series again very soon. I may try and do another episode this weekend, depending on if I have time. We'll run through the games a little bit more quickly in next episode. It took a little bit to get everything started and things like that, but we'll be able to run through it a little bit more quickly in the next one. But this is a lot of fun, so I'll definitely try to get back on and stream again. Maybe at some point this weekend. I know SummerSlam this weekend, if anyone's a wrestling fan, so I'll probably be watching that. But maybe I'll play and watch it on Sunday night or something at the same time. We'll kind of see how it goes. I'm gonna have to maneuver through my son's schedule and stuff, so planning on a regular schedule for this or just whenever you get the itch to stream? Nah, not really a regular schedule, because it's tough for me to have a regular schedule with stuff because I have to maneuver around when my son goes to sleep and stuff like that. And when my wife is cool with me capitalize on Friday, it's not a bad idea. Maybe we could do some Fridays. Um, But I think I might try and stream again on Sunday. I'm thinking maybe I'll do Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I'll try and get these in as much as I can. I also have to get them in between recording UTEP and all that. But I do want to get these in more regularly because this was a lot of fun. And I would like to go through it with more than just Maryland as well. Once we get them a national championship and kind of mess around with some different teams. But I'll definitely stream as much as I possibly can because it is fun to go on here and stream with you all. And I also do plan on streaming the off seasons for the UTEP dynasty moving forward. And with Madden coming out on Thursday, I may stream some Madden as well. We will see how that goes. Very true, very true. Also, it is cool that the VODs are available. I do like that feature. Um, so that's pretty cool that way you can kind of catch up, or if you can only, stay for a little bit of it or whatever. But it is a lot of fun to do these. I wasn't sure how much. Oh, you just got an ad. Nice. Yeah, I put it on. I put it on one of the slower settings or whatever for ads. I didn't want people to get bombarded. Um, remember when you need a break, take it. Yeah, that's good advice. I pretty much just went straight. This is I've streamed before, but it's very few and far between. So I'm gonna start doing it more often because it is a lot of fun. So I'll try to get it another time, maybe this weekend. I do have to do some UTEP stuff in between, so be on the lookout for that for those who are following that series. But I honestly wasn't sure how this would go. Again, I've never really done like a Moments Dynasty like other people do. And it actually was a lot of fun, so I'm definitely itching to get back on here and probably try to maybe finish up this first season with Maryland and try to get into a little bit of season 2 and see how the rest of this season, plays out a little bit. So, uh, yeah, I'm done for the day because it's 12:10 and I gotta go to sleep, and I don't want to wake up my kid. That game made me realize I was a little loud. He's a heavy sleeper though. I'm not too worried about it. he sleeps pretty heavy. But be on the lookout for the next stream. I do try to schedule them as far as advance. Sometimes I'll just say I'm going to stream and start. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, X, or whatever, I may post on there. I don't post on there too often, but I may post on there when I'm about to go live if I decide to do it more on a whim. I do post on my YouTube feed as well. Sometimes that's fine because a bunch of colors can be overwhelming. Oh yeah, you like that? Yeah, man. I don't nothing fancy here. Got a nice title belt there and things like that, but nothing fancy. Nothing fancy yet. Once we get the views up and the subscribers up, maybe we'll add a thing or two. But anyway, you can follow me on X if you want updates on when I stream in my series. It's at Code Red 4YT. So if you want to follow me for updates there, but I also do post on the channel post as well about updates on streams and videos and things like that. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. It was a lot of fun. Man, you just missed it, man. I'm about to end it. I appreciate that though. Yeah, I've been on here for a minute, so I was about to end it because I'm getting tired. My son's sleeping. But I was just saying I'm gonna try to go live again this weekend, so be on the lookout for a post from that about maybe another live this weekend because we were having a lot of fun tonight. So I want to try to hit it again, hopefully at some point, either tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate everyone who's been supporting the channel and watching all the series and all that good stuff. I do really appreciate you guys. So I just thank you all so much. It was a lot of fun hanging out tonight, and we'll do it again soon. So be on the lookout for another stream update here shortly. Peace. I gotta do the UTEP. Oh no, UTEP is this. UTEP is this. So we're gonna do one of these.